Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
Listen. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with the channel. We got some serious news to discuss tonight involving Lamelo. Listen, man, it's big business. There's been a lot of things going on. We're going to break it all down because, listen, man, it's been hard to watch the Charlotte Hornets. Let's keep it real, man. It has not been an easy watch, but for whatever reason, we have been accustomed to watching this kind of basketball, and at times it could be downright, depressing, horrifying. Sometimes it could take you out of the rhythm. The Hornets are in a tumultuous situation. It's hard for me to even appreciate Khan Knuppel, because he is a good rookie. This is the first time where the Hornets actually drafted someone who's a quality piece. I know that they got Miller. These people fell into their laps, including Lamelo. But they finally drafted somebody competent after the last couple of duds, and now that we're supposed to be jumping up and all, but listen, this has just been a horrifying watch because even though as good as Khan is, the Hornets are going absolutely nowhere again, and that is not what we signed up for. That's not what we that's not what we invest our time into. We don't invest our time into a team that's quitting in the first quarter. We don't invest our time into a coach that can't compete with some of the best coaches, in the game. We can't do this, and it's happening again, y'all. We got injuries galore. LaMelo Ball has been relatively healthy this season, despite a little scare early on, but LaMelo is here. But the Hornets are going nowhere. So now we are at a crossroads. Where's LaMelo going? It was some rumors out not too long ago. LaMelo immediately came out and debunked them. I was always of the notion that it may have been thrown out by somebody in the office, in the front office or something like that, because this is how these people play, and now look what's going on. The Hornets, it just look like they on treadmill, and it's very horrifying to watch. That Knick game just looked crazy. There's times where LaMelo is not even looking for his shot. Even though yesterday he did put up 30-something points, but the games prior to that, he's very passive. I don't know what is being, what's coming down from maybe the front office, coaching staff, whatever, but the advice is horrible. And we're going to break it all down. I'm very disgusted with the Charlotte Hornets. I'm very disgusted with what I'm seeing out of, what they're doing. Listen, we got my man All Access. We got Fresh Prince. Listen, All Access. What's the deal, Dex? What the hell is going on with the Charlotte Hornets right now? Because I think we're getting to the point where it's a state of emergency.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in these streets. Shout out to the panel as it reaches its premium peak. Shout out to the chat and all of its cacophony spewing out of the cracks and crevices of Flight Sports Block. And most importantly, big ups to everyone pulling up the Flight Sports TV. If this is your first time and you want a full and official initiation, Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please hit that notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. Like the alarms are sounding, the sirens are spinning, and the lights are showing red all over the Queen City. The buzz in the Queen City is they are preparing to separate from the Lamelo Ball.
Mm.
They are preparing for the departure of the Lamelo Ball. It appears prima facie that the writing is on the wall. They have one half of their redneck backcourt. All they need is one more. Could that be Austin Reeves? Could Austin Reeves complete the redneck backcourt for Tobacco Road and the Charlotte Hornets that have dreamed for since the days of the Bob Cousy's and all that type of stuff? If you look at the Charlotte Hornets, the demographics of that roster has changed extremely. And they have more Caucasians on that team than they have on the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey squad. So let's look at it for what it's worth. LaMelo Ball has always been the bastard child for the Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan, the cream de la cream of basketball performance. And people respect Michael Jordan's opinion. He is still a talking head right now today after he has been retired for over 20 years. Now, the thing of it is this. Is Michael Jordan influencing the Charlotte Hornets into getting a king's ransom for LaMelo Ball? The NBA look like it's being stirred up undercover in the dark about the availability of a LaMelo Ball. Look at Giannis up there in Milwaukee. Look what happened with the Clippers. They just kicking people out the door. I'm talking about legends. Making room. I mean, what are we watching here, Flight? The New York Knicks just demolished the Charlotte Hornets once again. But LaMelo Ball was out there auditioning. Who was he auditioning for? They are saying anonymous executives around the NBA, and you know I don't really give weight to anonymity. Speak and let it be known who is doing the speaking. All this unnamed sources, I don't know. It's suspicious. I'm skeptical. But they are saying that LaMelo Ball is not taking basketball serious. He is so talented, so gifted that he can play on skates and still nestle a triple-double, a high triple-double, and possibly average between 27 and 31 points a game in his sleep on skates flight. So there's something brewing. I like it and I don't like it because they're not being honest about it. And I just believe that Adam Silver has everybody on pins and needles and hush-hush about the situation with LaMelo Ball because Michael Jordan already came out talking about people concentrating on branding in basketball. And we know one of the number one brands in basketball right now is LaFrance.
Listen, man. Good analysis there. Fresh Prince. What the hell is going on with LaMelo and the Charlotte Hornets? Because it's getting downright depressing. It seems like another year of this.
You know, that's why we appreciate Dex, man. Dex coming on here, he dropped those little jewels, them jewels, and he just let you, cook after. Man, yo, shout out to you, Dex. Shout out to Flight, the Machine, the chat going crazy, all that good stuff. Give me a second.
Shout out to the Fresh Prince of Belize, man. But for real, all jokes aside, the Hornets, they have just, like I said, they're stockpiling the losses. It seems like they are looking, as you watch the game, I've been watching all of the games, it's looking like they are building for life after LaMelo. They got Colin Sexton in the big role. They're trying to position Con Knipple as this big mega star. You know, I don't believe he's ready just yet. They got him on Jimmy Kimmel. Listen, there's big business going on right now with the Charlotte Hornets. They are grooming their fan base, their audience for Con Knipple to be the face of this organization. I'm just here to tell you right now, I know it might not sound too nice and pretty, and it's so crazy that we got the legendary Pope B. Frank in the building. You know, listen, man, Con Knipple is being groomed as the new face of the Charlotte Hornets, and it is no question. Dex, before we get to the Pope, I want to get your thoughts on this. Do you feel like they are grooming the Queen City for Con Knipple to be the face? You see him on Jimmy Kimmel. What's your thoughts on this situation?
I mean, listen, he went to college down there on Tobacco Road, right?
That's right.
Down there in Durham. And he's a Dookie and a Cameron crazy. So he's already, even though he's from Milwaukee, he has been initiated in the North Carolina line of basketball. And not only that, he's Caucasian, he's tall, he's very sturdy and basketball oriented. That this is what the Charlotte Hornets want. And he's coachable. He's not flashy. He gets the job done. And Con Knipple is very young. Don't forget he's young now. Not too long ago, he just was in high school in Milwaukee putting up numbers. And then he was at Duke over there helping out Sion James and Cooper Flag. So this is something that the Charlotte Hornets has wished for. I mean, it couldn't be no clearer writing on the wall that this is their guy because he represents everything that Charlotte Hornets wants to present to the NBA at this time. And Con Knipple, not his fault. He's just a real hard-nosed basketball player that wants to get the job done, and he don't need to be a diva while doing it. Like,
Yes, and shout out to Con too.
So yeah, and I'm glad you said all that. See, that's why, again, bringing it back to why I appreciate Dex before. So again, he brings up all the valid points, and this is what I was saying from when they drafted him. This is what I seen, the writing on the wall from when they drafted him. I seen it. It didn't make sense, which is why I was kind of baiting more for Ace Bailey and those type of wing guards, so I could see Lamelo get the ball dominate. When they went and got Colin Sexton again, like Dex said, these was all the writings on the wall. Like they wasn't trying to build with him moving forward. I felt like, Jordan don't pay players. He paid them and then left the organization. Like I paid all of those little stuff. I paid attention to when he had just got that the LaFrance tat behind his neck, behind his ear, and then all of a sudden he missed games. Like there was, because he had to cover it up when he started wearing the Band-Aid on it, and all of a sudden he just missed games. I just feel like LaMelo's healthy. I feel like that with him playing, it hurts all angles, because then it shows like, okay, he could do these numbers, he get these all-star voting, everybody wants him, but then the team is not that good, and the team itself don't want to pay the players to put plays around him. And this is why I always said all of the other players in his draft class have better teams around them. They're not better players than LaMelo, but their teams are just better, so the accolades look better because those organizations put better teams around their player. We all know LaMelo was supposed to be on the Warriors. Like, he ended up dropping down to the Hornets, one other pick. But again, it would have changed everything if he was on the West. He was in Golden State playing behind Curry. It would have been a whole different dynamic we're talking about here. So, I just felt like the only thing best left to do is trade him. But put him in a nice team. I think what they're cooking up in Milwaukee, though, I don't know if you'll notice, but every time he plays against Giannis, he always has big games, big numbers. Giannis and him did that jersey swap when he had that 50-point game that night. I think he could go. I could see a trade that way, and it would be funny if it could be a Kyle Kuzma, man. Like trade Kyle Kuzma And what's the little point guard over there that's cooking right now? Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like, put something together like that for cause something like that will keep that will keep you honest. That will keep you honest to stay there.
Say that one more time. Who, if they got who?
If they give up the point guard over there that are Rollins
For who?
for Lamelo for the
Oh
Bucks.
man, come on, no man, come on.
I
LaMelo
mean,
can't
I'm
go to
saying you give
Milwaukee.
up him, you put up a
No,
Kuzma. I'm not
no,
saying just him. I'm saying Kuzma too. Kuzma gotta go. No way Lamelo go there with Kuzma there. Just saying. It's Kylie over there. It's Kylie Kuz. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta go. I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing something in the air. Like,
yeah, nah. Listen, man.
him with Giannis, I think would be nice in Milwaukee,
That's
bro.
good. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, me personally, I want LaMelo in Minnesota. That's my
Nah,
preference.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, what else I'll take? I'll take a nice swap with him and Ja.
Nah, come on, listen, man. We got to get
You don't
LaMelo
want him
to.
on Memphis
No,
neither?
no, no.
Let me share this with you. The Charlotte Hornets want a redneck backcourt. This is what you guys have to keep in mind. So who's a redneck out there that's good? You got Boston with Pritchard, and you got Lakers with Reeves, and you got Houston with Reed. So you gotta keep this in mind. This is what they want. They're shifting their demographics towards that. Just look up and down that roster and see who you see. In the past, it wasn't like that. They had one token white boy, and that was about it. Now,
I
look
mean,
what
yeah,
they
it
got.
goes back to that narrative when they were trying to push that Gordon Hayward over Lamelo. Like, see how that bust out.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
But
do think that
so
narrative is kind of
basically, you
wild.
you said you just predicted LaMelo to go to the Lakers. I mean,
No, I
or
mean that's what
Boston.
Dex is really jacking. But I mean, I can't see. But can you imagine that though?
Nah, come on, nah.
Mike,
Luca
Yeah,
and
without,
Lamelo playing backcourt.
hold on,
That's nasty
hold on
work.
1 second, Fresh Prince. Pope is back. Salute to
yeah,
Pope and Fresh Prince. But listen, we want Pope to get his insight as well. But I'm not saying he's going to be a Laker. They could use right now, no. But I'll let you know. Okay. Yeah. So, but I'm not saying he's going to be a Laker, but they could. The Lakers could use Reeves because they talking about trading Reeves. You know what I'm saying for some more might because that's not enough might with just LeBron, Luca, and Reeves. They need some more fifth for the Lakers to try to get over that hump to fight with Denver and OKC. But Reeves can end up in a multi-team trade, and he might end up in Charlotte, and Melo might end up somewhere else. But I'm just saying, this is what the Charlotte Hornets seem like they are gunning for, is for two Caucasian in a backcourt that can play some real basketball.
Pope, what's good? You see what's going on in the Charlotte Hornets? It seems like it's a state of emergency out here. What's your thoughts on the situation with LaMelo? What's your preferred destination? Because it seems like it's inevitable at this point. Talk to it.
Yeah, man, it's a good day for us LaMelo Ball fans who are good basketball. Well, I think that, like you said, the writing is on the wall.
You got some connection issues. You got some audio.
Right now,
Your audio is coming in kind of choppy, but you might be good now.
I'm good now. Microphone check.
Yeah, you good.
So yeah, what I was saying was, I think the writing is on the wall now that they got Khan, because Khan is gonna be a superstar. He's gonna be a superstar in this league. He's gonna be an all-star for years to come. And the Melo experiment, it didn't work. It didn't work. They didn't put the right pieces around him. He wasted most of his career injured too, on top of it. So now, you can trade him while he's very valuable. Uh, he's very valuable still, even though he have all these reoccurring injuries. But he's still so young, and he hasn't had a he's had a few season ending injuries, but I don't know, man. I just think it's the right time, and where would I like to see him go? What's realistic? Well, who could, because somebody you got to give up something. I don't see the Lakers giving up Austin Reeves. Just on and Charlotte even want to take that because he basically played the same position and style that Knippel play. So man, I don't know if that really will flow well. But again, I think the Spurs have the assets when you're talking about De'Aaron Fox. I think that's for both parties. De'Aaron Fox is nice, but he know LaMelo Ball. But yeah, he more stable. He more uh, available than LaMelo has been. I should say.
I'm gonna counter one of those arguments with San Antonio. I was gonna be tough with San Antonio because this Giannis thing done came through the clouds. And I think that San Antonio, you don't think they're gonna hold some of those assets for Giannis? And they also got Fox. You gonna get Melo with Fox? I mean,
I just said they're gonna
with
trade.
Castle.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Melo.
I missed that part. Pardon me. But I do want to mention this Giannis thing is real, and I know San Antonio do want him.
I think another take too that would be a good fit for LaMelo, right? This is a hot one with the whole Chris Paul situation. Do you see a way that they send Chris Paul to Charlotte and the Clippers get LaMelo? I mean, of course, with some more
No, that's
moving
not.
parts.
No, that's no. Why? Hell no, bro. What would that make sense for the Charlotte Hornets? How would that make sense for them?
To get the
Well,
money
how
off
would
the
that?
books, get the money off the books. You could kind of also again, like I
Okay,
said, there's
okay.
something else added to it, right? Look, we all know at the end of the day, right? He played under that Hornets organization, right? Look, granted was New Orleans, but he wanted the Hornet with that jersey in. He's retiring anyway. Get some fans in seats. I mean, that would be the point. That's what I mean. You're
Now,
trying to
I
get off the
got you, but you
contract.
gotta look at it like this, though. Fresh, you gotta look at it like money off the books for the Charlotte Hornets. What good is that gonna do for them when they not a free agency hotbed to where people gonna be lining up to go to Charlotte that just because they got the money. Like they've had the money before when
And they don't pay
Lonzo was the
players.
yeah, but that's not it ain't about that. It's like players don't want to go play there. So if that's the case, and that's been the case they whole basically their whole existence, them having money. If I'm gonna get rid of a LaMelo Ball, I'm gonna want access somebody who already locked in for a couple years on in their contract, who's an all-star. You know what I'm saying? So if we get, and then hopefully after his contract is up after 2-3 years, whoever they trade for, then hopefully he fell in love with Charlotte, the fans, and so on and so forth, and he want to re-sign. But
That's why
that's
my original state was John Morant though, because he's a Carolina boy. I think that would be a solid little swap. They could kind of both revive their careers, if anything.
that's a good one. I didn't even I didn't even see that, young man. I don't know how. That's glaring. Cause definitely, cause they looking to get rid of John Morant.
It's kind of like what they did with that whole Ben Simmons and James Harden situation. They was both just in a, they both wanted out, and it was like, you know what? Let's just swap them out.
Yeah, I think that's where he going. Now you just said that, I think that's for sure, bro. Like that's I think now unless Hornets might not, depending on if Hornets want that drama with Nipple, it might and with the headache that John Moran is, that that's the only thing I can see them reason why they wouldn't pull that trigger.
John Moran will never be a Hornet. He doesn't fit their mold.
They don't have a mode, Dex. I don't know why you keep trying to go with this black and white bullshit. They don't give like that shit sounds so stupid. They never cared about none of that. Like, come on, man. They don't care about trying to make it a white team and fit in the mold, Dex. That's not it.
You never
I
know.
can't lie.
We've
That was
seen
mad
teams
funny.
try it, and we've seen teams try it in the past. We did see teams try it in the past. Hey man, Dex might have some legs here, but I don't see him going to the Lakers. I just like I said, they got Luca. I don't know if Dex is calling to being a homer here. I don't know, but the Lakers, I don't see it now. Maybe the Clippers, possibly.
No, not the Lakers flight. I never said he'd be a Laker. I said that Austin Reeves could be a part of a multi-team trade, and LaMelo could be a part of that. Listen, I really see LaMelo in Boston.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
Boston would be
see that.
nice too. I wouldn't like
together.
that though. Honestly, I'm a diehard Nick as a Nick fan. I wouldn't like that.
Of
You
course
wouldn't
you
like
would.
him in Boston. I wouldn't want him there either.
I wouldn't
I'm
want
sorry.
him there.
Listen,
Then I would
let me
have
tell you
like
something, man. I
I
can't
would
root
have
for
to like
I can't root for
somewhat
the
support
Celtics. I
Boston.
can't
So
do
I
it.
can't do it. Like,
I can't root for the Celtics. There's
yeah, I
no way in
can't,
hell.
bro. I wouldn't want
No
to have
way.
to root for them because LaMelo there.
No
Like
way.
that would hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie.
No way. No way I
Yeah.
can
Because
root for Boston.
remember, Boston was dying to get Lonzo, and he refused to work out with him. So now you come full circle. You got Peyton Pritchard that's looking really, really good, and it's gonna
Going
be time
back
for
to
him to.
that
If you gonna
topic.
time to Peyton Pritchard get paid, he might not get no LaMelo money, but he can get probably more than what Boston give him because if LaMelo's gone, that 260 is still out there, and the Charlotte Hornets definitely not going to pay LaMelo no $250 million. I mean $350 million in the next contract. That's out the window.
Right.
I don't think the Trae Young
Well,
swap would be a good one either, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to mention so a lot of these teams we are mentioning they're not possibly scratching a championship, not really could possibly make a deep playoff threat. I mean, I look at the chat, LaMelo to Atlanta. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Atlanta's all right. If you ever look at some of them plays, they
You only
playing all
saying
right.
that flight because you out there, so you're gonna
No,
be at
no,
all
no,
the games.
no. I don't like the Hawks, and I can't root for the Hawks either. But what I want to tell you is Atlanta got some pieces, that's working.
Nah,
But
yeah, the
they got
Dyson,
Johnson and a couple of them. They got some low key
Facts.
dudes, and Trey been out, and they've been kind of running it up a little bit. Atlanta just quietly is moving, but I want LaMelo in Minnesota. I keep saying this. I want LaMelo somewhere where a championship is won. Oklahoma City, they only lost
You
2
can't
games.
say Minnesota then.
Listen. What I
How
want
you
to
gonna
say
say
about
Minnesota?
huh?
How you gonna say you want to where a championship is won and Minnesota ain't never won?
No. I said
I
I
don't get
want
that.
him somewhere. I want him to be somewhere where a championship can be won. And what I was going to say was what
How to play?
happened. What happened? Well, it don't have to necessarily be Minnesota, but wherever we wake up, let's say something goes down tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, wherever it is, I want it to be a championship equation. Like, oh my God, do you see what LaMelo going to play with? I mean, that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear a situation where LaMelo was sent, to the Washington Wizards or some shit like that, or LaMelo was sent just somewhere bad to the Utah Jazz. I mean, it wouldn't be a good look. LaMelo got to go somewhere where it's a completely different overhaul, in my humble opinion. And I want to go back to Oklahoma City because I believe that Minnesota could be their kryptonite. They just beat Oklahoma City too. OKC only lost 2 games this year. And I'm going to continuously say that Minnesota has a Shea issue. And what better way to equalize this Shea issue than to put LaMelo Ball on the floor at that time? And I think they got all the assets to pull this trade off in Minnesota. So I hope it happens, because if LaMelo ends up with Edwards, Julius, possibly Gobert, we talking an NBA championship, y'all. Conference finals at the very least. I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. What's your thoughts on the moves? I don't see no better move than Minnesota. A lot of these moves, I don't see the championship, situation. Maybe San Antonio too. If you go to the Spurs, we talking championship, But you got injuries all over the place there. Now you're talking about LaMelo's hurt, and now you got Wembanyama hurt. So I mean, does San Antonio go that route? So there's a lot of things to think about. You can't have both of them out. But go ahead. What you say, Fresh Prince?
You gonna give up Castle for LaMelo?
I would. You may have to. You may have to give up Castle. He might have the most value. A lot of
Yeah,
these
for
players
sure.
they ain't really play enough. You know, they didn't play enough.
All
Castle,
right, so you putting Castle and what's the other point guard?
Fox.
Harper.
I think it would be good to get Fox out of there because I think Lamelo will fit better with the younger guards. And
So you'll
No,
get rid of
Fox.
Fox and Castle and keep Harper, or get rid of Fox and Harper and keep
I just
Castle.
don't see. I mean, I don't see the Spurs trading for Lamelo because of the
Yeah, me
injury.
neither. Me neither. They
That's
said
what Adam Silver wants. Adam Silver would love for LaMelo to go play with Wembanyama, right?
Yeah,
But
the league will
but you
love
got
it.
to look at it like this. Who's going to take on Fox? Who's going to take on the other pieces? Because Charlie is the main player here. Charlie got all the leverage. If what we're saying will come into fruition, they have
This-
all the leverage on the NBA.
So this is why Fox makes sense for them. He's a veteran leader. He done led his team to the playoff before as a point, and they need a point guard. So
Is Charlie looking for a veteran leader?
yes, man. Anybody when you got a bunch of young guys like a Con Knipple, he Fox would be able to come in and fit with Con Knipple on the strength of he not gonna overshine Con Knipple just off of because Fox not known as like
I don't know about that one.
elite scorer like that. Like, but we know he can. He is. But yeah, nah, he not gonna shine over him, especially in a few years down the line. But Fox will be able to help Con Knipple and play the right way like they would want him to play. Take
Fox be
over when
trying to
they
get numbers though. See, Fox already. It's possible because Fox already paid, so it's not like Charlotte got to give up any money because Fox
and
already got his money.
this kind of goes back to the Chris Paul situation. Chris Paul with Khan, right? How would that look?
No, Chris Paul is
No,
done.
and Chris Paul is washed, and they
Yeah, he's
don't
done.
want somebody who's
Well,
washed.
you know,
Steve Ballmer kick you off the team, you're done. NBA is not fucking with you like that. Because he's the richest man in the NBA, and they ain't finna piss him off.
oh, come
See what
on.
they
So,
did with
listen,
Kawhi, right?
man.
With the investigation with Kawhi, whatever happened to that?
They pulled the Carmelo on
Swept that
Chris
under the
Paul.
rug.
I'm not feeling sorry
Yeah,
for Chris
they
Paul
did
at all.
pull a Carmelo.
Chris
I said
Paul
the
did
same
this to
thing, bro.
Carmelo. Chris Paul did this shit to Melo in Houston. You know,
Yep.
I'm
And now
happy
they did
that
that
this
shit right
happened.
back to him.
And it's going to happen to James Harden, too, in about another 2 to 3 years, too. So just
Facts.
watch.
Facts.
You
The
know,
best
their
place
day
for
is
him to
coming. They all was in on Melo getting sent home in Houston. And he came back, you know, and led
Yo, I
Portland to the
said the same
playoffs.
thing.
You
Like,
know,
yo, I swear us Knicks
I,
fans think alike.
yeah,
Us
yeah,
Knicks fans think alike,
I
bro.
was laughing. I was happy
Bro, I said the
when he
same
got
thing, bro.
released. Yeah, they did Carmelo dirty. And another thing, what I want to say is this: in Chris Paul's defense, Chris Paul should have known better because he fucked over the Clippers anyway. That's what I'm saying. He didn't
Facts.
learn from the Carmelo dynamic. When Carmelo was in Houston, you had D'Antoni there. Melo had no business fucking with D'Antoni. You know,
Yep.
but he had no business going back to the Clippers the way he left them. You know, so it was
He
just
should have went to OKC, and that's what I say. He might fuck around and go to
that's
OKC
where I was
and
thinking
get a
about that
ring
too.
right before he
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah,
Chris
might as
Paul.
well sit on the bench. Him and dude is cool. If he want him on the team,
Him
he
and
on
Shea
the
is
team.
cool, so Shea would take him in. No
Listen, if Shea
problem.
want him, he'll have him on that squad. It's up to Shea what he want. If he say, "Yo,
All right,
listen, get Chris Paul in here," he'll be in there.
And then he'll get his
let's
ring and retire with a ring.
we getting a little off track. Like we talking about bum ass Chris Paul. This is crazy. Now,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
Melo Ball. I think the best spot for him is the Denver Nuggets. We talking about
I
uh,
said that too. Nuggets would be the best place because him and Joker
that's
would get
the
triple doubles all day.
yeah the best place and the cheating
That's a good
place is
one.
the Boston Celtics. Y'all know y'all just because you're not Celtics fan. If you're a Lamelo fan, the best for sure. I don't know with Jalen Brown and Lamelo Ball and
Now
well
I will go another one too. I wouldn't really like it like that, but him to Orlando might be solid too.
a bunch of youngsters though.
No.
I want to see Lamelo around. See like that. This is what I think Lamelo need. What's going to really? He needs somebody that's a professional like a Jokic, like a Victor Wemby. Like them dudes go about their business totally different than what he's been around in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like Terry Rozier, he not going about his business right as a professional. Miles Bridges, we know damn well he not doing his business right as a
And those
professional.
is what he came into. That's a fact.
Yeah, so like if he go get to see how Jokic prepare, all that shit, the little things like that that's gonna help his game because his game is already insane. So it's like the mental things, the preparations on how to keep your body right, how to stay in it locked in on certain things, film study, whatever the case may be. Because Lamelo's been growing up freestyle balling. And him, I can see him the way that Jokic. I can see him and Jokic playing off each other. So y'all
But I
think him
said
and
that
Jamal
I
Murray?
wanted to trade. I said that last year. I was saying a Jamal Murray and Michael Porter for like a Lamelo or something like that would have been nice. But
Yeah, they can just do Jamal Murray across the way. They can go straight across the board. Jamal Murray for Melo.
But they can't do no Michael Porter because he already in
yeah,
Brooklyn.
I mean that's what I was saying last season. But now he in Brooklyn, so it's just kind of
Yeah,
different.
Jamal.
But I think they will put something together though.
Did y'all
Yeah,
hear what Robert Horry had to say about LaMelo Ball?
What was it? Was it
Big
bad?
shot, Rob. Nah, it was negative.
I know. It's all negative now. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically what Robert Horry was saying that that he'd been watching LaMelo Ball. He just believed that LaMelo Ball is not taking basketball seriously.
nah, that's
Basically,
crazy.
that's
That's
what
a
he.
A lot of
crazy.
people say that.
That's what it all boiled down to. What he was saying. He said more stuff, but the gist of it is he's not taking basketball seriously. He's just so good, so talented. He, it looks like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow, he must be doing all kind of workouts or this or this or this and that. Yeah, he might be doing some workouts, but it's probably shadow and surface. But
Nah.
he's not taking it seriously. So that means that if he's one of the ones that came out in the open instead, one of the Laker legends, then and a champion, multi-champion. Matter of fact, he has more rings than any living player right now, Robert Horry. So if he speaks out like that, he knows basketball. He's been around the league a long time. He's done some good stuff in basketball, and Robert Horry done some bad stuff in basketball. So he is a good place to get some advice from, whether it's for you or against you, because he's been in both of those lanes where people was for Robert Horry and people was against Robert Horry. Now, the thing of it is that really got me is that I didn't know Robert Horry paid that much attention to LaMelo Ball. From the way that he was speaking, I didn't know he paid that much attention to LaMelo Ball, because a lot of these players don't say much until stuff starts swirling around, and now they want to, put their 2 cents in it. And he just believed that with all the talent that LaMelo Ball have, he's just not taking basketball seriously, according to Big Shot Rob.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't think the organization is taking it serious. So it's like I'm not gonna say he not. I think that's a reach to say he's not taking it serious. But I don't feel like they care for him to go as hard. Like I'm a firm believer they okay with sitting him out and just like whatever. Like they okay with losing, bro. That's what they don't give me winning organization.
But I want to say we do look at that 34 piece in the Garden. But come on, let's stop acting like it
All
wasn't
right,
some
let's
nights
talk
where
about
it
that.
was
Let's talk
worse.
about
But
that.
it was nights where it was worse than that. We looking at actually a bright spot. It was times where LaMelo didn't score that many points. The game
But
prior to that in Brooklyn, he had 12 points and 14 assists. I like that. How he
but
was the assists and all, but he was not aggressive, looking for a shot. It seemed like I don't know somebody speaking to him, telling
This is
him not
flight.
do
Yeah.
The
anything.
shot
Not do
selection.
anything
Well,
on something's going
well
on.
honestly, Flight,
Like those shot
LaMelo
selections
was.
was bad last night, bro.
And
He
I'm
was
gonna go
doing
to the
some
other
Honestly,
wild.
games before that. We're gonna go to
hold
some
on one second.
stats.
Honestly, Flight, LaMelo was due to have a good game against the Knicks in the Garden, because every time when it was time for him to play, it was something. It was always some
Yeah,
bullshit,
that's
He
and
had
facts.
and, and
14
He
LaMelo
missed
missed
the
points.
out.
last 3 games
He had
in the garden.
11 points the game before that in Brooklyn. He had 14 points. This game was where they actually beat the Raptors, but he had 14 points, and it seemed like everybody else was doing it.
But look, in that
With
game,
Yeah,
in that
Bridges.
game
that was
against the
Miles
That's where he
Raptors,
Bridges
got
game.
benched. That's where he
yeah,
got
exactly.
benched.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
No,
That's
yeah.
what
he
I'm
didn't
saying.
get benched. He didn't get benched. He
Well,
didn't get
whatever
benched.
he
Minute
just
restriction.
Yeah, okay, if that's what we want to say. That okay. He had the
But
minutes
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
restriction.
I'm just saying in the fourth.
I gotta defend the organization because a
Okay.
lot
But
of
not
people
in
was
the
trying
fourth.
to come down on him. LaMelo didn't get benched. It was him and Miller, but they did put Miller back in for the last several seconds. You follow what I'm saying? But Miller and Melo was not in the overtime because of minute restriction.
Because it was coming off a back to back.
Yes, and they're coming off injury as well. So I don't want people to misconstrue.
He has
But
six.
nah, I'm
Charles
just
Lee
saying in the
and
sense
Jeff
of like
Peterson.
I personally was watching that Knicks game, bro, and I was disappointed with some of the shot selections. It felt like he was trying
He
to
was
go,
missing too many floaters too. That shit got to stop.
and
That
not
shit
only
look
that, he was
ugly.
also
Come on, man. I
he
think
had
y'all
the
nitpicking
ball.
right now.
Nah,
No,
it's not
the floaters
nitpicking.
look
It's not
wild.
nitpicking,
I was
bro.
watching.
It's not.
Nah,
I'm
LaMelo
all
had
the
a
way
good
I ain't
down
gonna
with
game
lie.
though.
Me
Melo
and
all the
Fresh
time.
Prince was talking through the whole game yesterday. That was
Yeah, but
wild.
LaMelo had a good game
It was
though, man.
disgusting. It
Nah,
was disgusting,
I don't
man.
think he
He was
had one though.
11. He was
Flight.
11
I
for
mean that.
27.
I don't think it was a
I,
good game.
I thought it was
I
some
think
stat
he
pads.
was.
Did you see all the different shots that he took and where he took the
It
shots
was
at?
some of them
LaMelo
shots
was
was bad
auditioning,
shots
fool.
though, bro. And some of the
No,
misses he was
no,
doing,
no.
he was
He was
dribbling out. He
auditioning.
was
I'm
He
telling
dribbling
looked
you,
out,
good
Chuck.
though. He
dribbling
looked
out
good
too
though.
much into the
Pause.
time.
But
Remember, they were
that was
down
one of his
20
better
and they
games.
came
But
back into 8, and he
but
didn't
Lee,
take the.
don't worry about the overall game because the Knicks is just a superior team.
No,
LaMelo was
of course, but
auditioning. He
that's
was
why
showing.
you gotta come correct, bro.
They
He
cut
was
it to
showing.
8. They cut it to 8 in the fourth. What I'm seeing from LaMelo is, and there's nothing wrong with this because he's a
Like he was
point guard.
auditioning. I'm telling
But
you, he was auditioning.
he's being very passive, and he's always been a pass first guard, but the passive has went up to another level. It's getting to the point where he's not even looking for his in the clutch. He looking to set up Coke Brenner, for him to do it. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
And you know what?
Khan is getting more shots. I'm like, oh man,
But
this is
that's expected because Khan is up and coming, and
okay.
they trying to groom Khan to be more of a pivotal and
I like
important
Khan. I like
tactic,
Khan. He's a beast.
Khan
Rookie
is
of the year.
solid,
the
bro.
Charlotte
Khan is
Hornets
solid. Like I said, I'm
Solid.
arsenal.
This
that big on him.
this the best player they drafted, and Lord knows when.
But then
This
they get the
go ahead.
big
Hey,
from Duke
hey,
No,
too.
don't say that.
didn't
Don't
Didn't
I,
they
say
get
that.
the big from Duke too?
did I tell y'all he was the
Brandon Miller.
second best player in the draft behind Cooper Flag?
No, you
You
did
said
say that.
that.
You did say that. No, you the Khan guy, Pope. We already gave you credit on that. You follow what I'm saying? You saw it. I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see it. I'm thinking
I
Ace
don't know, but
Bailey. You know what I'm
I might say VJ might got something over over
Nah.
Khan.
saying? No, not even close.
Not
The only
VJ.
person that's close to Khan right now is Cooper Flag. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
They
Everybody else
they
coming.
the only two that's running for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And Cooper
Rest of
Flag
them
got a
is
little more
done.
edge because he's running Dallas. He's going to be the face of Dallas. You follow what I'm saying? So they might give him a little more edge over Con Knipple because you still got Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo Ball. But if
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball leaves at the trade deadline, Con Knipple might be your Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, we got a lot of people calling him Rookie of the Year. Reggie Miller came out and said he's gonna win it. We all know he plays a big role in this media stuff. So I mean, we're gonna find out. What happens. Khan, we all know he's destined for success. The Charlotte Hornets on the other, and that's another thing. We gotta be alarmed here, y'all, because as much as we love Khan, what's life after LaMelo if he does leave? Is Khan in good hands here with these guys, with Peterson and
Yes,
these fools?
yes.
He is?
Khan is in good hands.
Really?
Yes, because they support him, and that's their guy. They drafted him. They didn't
Nah,
draft
yeah, because
LaMelo.
he's a
They didn't
Gordon
draft Miles.
Hayward, bro. He's a Gordon Hayward. They're gonna
No.
support that Khan, respectfully.
I'm
Okay. I
not a
see what
big
you're saying.
fan of
Yeah.
Charles Lee, man. I'm not a big fan of Charles Lee. I'm sorry.
But it ain't
I'm
about
trying to
Charles
figure out
Lee,
how he
though.
got a job. I'm trying to figure out how he's still hired. I believe
With
he should be
Khan,
fired.
listen, it's like with Khan is not about Charles Lee. With Khan, it's about the ownership and the president, Jeff Peterson. That's Khan right there. Listen, we going Khan way. And if Charles cannot
Nigga
make
said
adjustments, then that's on Charles.
Right. Somebody said Brandon is better than Khan, but Brandon can't stay healthy.
Brandon is
he got
trash,
issues.
bro. Brandon is
No,
trash to me, bro.
I can't say that. I ain't gonna say all that. But I mean, his health is a problem. Khan
They're
been
not
healthy.
gonna fumble Khan.
Who is Brandon?
They're not gonna fumble Khan Bartran. Trust me.
Who is Brandon?
Brandon Miller.
Oh,
Y'all
Trash,
don't get
bro.
Pope started. Don't get
trash.
Pope started
And,
on Brandon Miller.
and
That's what
hold
I'm
on,
saying. Like, he's
wait,
trash, bro.
Bertrand is in the building.
Yes, he's in the
Oh,
chat.
okay. Shout out. Yeah, because I remember he was skeptical on Khan too. What is? I'm sure he probably once said somebody else is better than him. Is he the one said
I don't
that? I can't
I
see
don't
the
know about
camera.
that because when I was over in his community in his chat, he never said anything bad about Khan when they was kind of raising Khan up as a potential draft pick over Ace Bailey as the 4th overall pick. I never heard him say anything bad about
Nah,
Khan.
he was trying to act like he don't know, so he can't really speak on it. But he was trying to act like I was only fucking with him because he was a white
That's the
boy.
dude that they drafted from.
Like he
Yo,
was
bro,
on
the
that
big.
blood and white boys. Oh, he love the white people. I'm like, no, nigga, he the truth, nigga. Fuck if he white or if he black. Stupid, he the truth.
Well, that's how he was talking. That's wild.
That's how
Listen,
he was talking.
Hope,
Like,
He's
I
like,
just left.
yeah, I
I
gotta
just
get out
left.
hope
of here,
like a
man. I
white
gotta
guy.
get on my show, man. Good,
Hold
good.
on a
Good
second, Pope.
happening
Hold on
in
a second,
W.
Pope. Hold on before you advertise, Pope. I just left Charlotte, Pope, not too long ago, and it's still the same Charlotte. It's not too much different. I was in Durham, I was in Greensboro, and I was in Charlotte, and I didn't really see. And I haven't been to Charlotte in a minute, and I ain't seen much different on how it's being operated. So what I've seen is the majority, of course, is Caucasian, and they want to have something to cheer for. I know Lamelo is half white, half black, right? So that was something good for him. But this dude is 100% American born on the soil. So they want to spoil him because he's from the soil. And I'm telling you, Ron Knipple, if he can keep this up for at least 4 to 5 years, Charlotte wins. As long as he don't get hurt and have them back issues like most Caucasian players do, Charlotte win. They win this situation because they can work Khan. They can work Khan for 5 years like they worked Lamelo. And Lamelo was injured a good portion of the 5 to 6 years that he's been a Hornet. They ready for Khan to explode onto the scene. But like you say, you have to move pieces out of his way in order for Khan can get the type of celebrity and support they need, because some of the fan base feel a little guilty, probably, cheering too much for Khan while LaMelo is in limbo right now. So they might feel a little guilty about that. But I'm telling you, don't feel guilty. Don't feel sorry for LaMelo. LaMelo in good hands. Charlotte is not finna pay LaMelo no $350 million and they only win 18, 19 games. That's not happening. So the writing is on the wall. You guys got to accept that this is a money, this is a business, and the writing is on the wall. You're not going to pay that much money to lose. I don't care how many jerseys he's selling.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Listen, that's why we got the BT Dub in the chat.
Hey, what's going on?
No, he's on the panel. He's not in the chat.
I mean, pardon me. Yeah.
He on the pan down.
Shout to Bartram, the chief.
Can you hear me, Flight?
Yes, sir, man. What's your
Hold on, Flight?
Oh, damn. BJ, oh, this is so crazy. It says 76ers just hit a game winner over there, VJ.
Can you hear me, Flight?
VJ Edgecombe just hit a game winner over the Warriors.
Telling you, bro, VJ over
can y'all hear
Khan,
me?
bro.
VJ
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Chief. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Where the hell is Purple Baby?
22, 6 and 2.
Had to cut
Purple
out.
Baby just disappeared when Charlotte Hornets just turned into Boo Boo.
Yeah, hold on here. I have to get all this other stuff out of here.
Okay, while you doing that, let me address Thunder. Thunder, yeah, I did thought that they was trying to get Dalton Connect, but they did trade for him. Remember, they did trade for Dalton Connect. It just the trade was rescinded based on Mark Williams' health issues, according to the Lakers. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, peace to everybody, man. It's good to be back always in the machine.
Yeah.
Flight Sports TV. Yeah, man. I haven't been around.
On my helmet.
hell, I'm living pretty. Personal life is doing very well, so my time isn't the way it used to be, you know. But of course, and I got time, and I always stop by to support Flight. You know, they've supported the BTW, so I'm always happy to come by and support, man. So, I mean, they're rolling Khan out, man. He's on Jimmy Fallon. I mean, for the Fallon show, they're getting the people ready for him. And it's not that Khan is good. And I had a brief meltdown when they picked Khan over Ace, but but it was
we all
brief.
did, bro. You're not the only one.
It was
Welcome to the club.
It was about a 10-minute. It was about a 10-minute meltdown. Then I said, hell, his game goes very well with LaMelo Ball. And let me say something, man. If you go back and watch those Duke games, you know, Khan got, and there's something I'm dropping about this. I just got finished recording a piece of content on this, but Khan, the hype over Cooper. Now, before anyone get offended, Cooper is taking over Dallas. That is his team, and I am very impressed with how Cooper has come out and played very well in Dallas. It's helped soften the blow of the Luka trade to a point, but there's still that debate going on in both of those communities. But Khan Knippel covered Cooper a lot in those Duke games, covered him more than what I think people give him credit for. When Cooper faltered, when teams focused on him too much, when Cooper was hurt a few times for those Duke games, Khan stepped in and took and the Blue Devils didn't really skip a beat. So I saw that coming out, and everything. High IQ. Now, for anything else that, as you know, basketball alone, it is what it is. But there's always politics attached to these players. It is. I will acknowledge that. Yes. Especially players like Khan, Cooper, Luka, and Joker. Though there is politics attached to those players aside from their skill set. And those are the things that I address a lot on my platform, that part of it, but Khan is playing very well. I'm impressed with just about all the rooks that the Hornets have drafted, and because the writers love him, as soon as he popped up on Bill Simmons' show and Bill Simmons was glazing him from head to toe, I said, yes, it's a wrap. When Simmons was glazing him, I said, all of a sudden the Hornets is his favorite league pass team, and I'm having hope for the Hornets. Even it's like, I see the play.
What about when they went?
It's crazy. Flight. It's crazy. Not to cut you off, big dog, right? But it was kind of like that same rollout they was doing with the Zion. Remember when Zion came out, when they had RJ Barrett on the Knicks? They was kind of like rolling him out, like, because he was the teammate of Zion, so it was like a big thing. But Zion, RJ Barrett didn't keep up.
Well, hell, RJ called himself the Maple Mamba. I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah, he called him Maple Mamba, right.
What you say? No, go ahead, Belize. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, he was just the rollout, like you were saying, like, for the Khan takeover. I see what you're saying. I see what you're getting at. That's what I was getting at.
What do you think about when they went to his house?
It's all a part of the PR. But
I don't mean to cut you off. When Khan got drafted, and it's something that I never really overly pushed, or I didn't see anybody really do it either. But this guy Khan got a group of brothers his damn self. I know this guy got the whole family.
Yeah,
I'm just
was talking about his young brother too. The next one.
Khan got a whole situation. But go ahead. Once I
saw who Khan was dating.
Yep.
And hey now, when I saw who Khan was dating, and then draft night he had the red bottom shoes on. He took that to the draft night. I said, oh yeah, Khan is not quite what if you know, you know. That's all I'll say about that. And he cut his basketball teeth in Milwaukee, so it's not like he was around a bunch of soft He wasn't in a soft environment. You don't cook in Milwaukee being soft.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care where you are. Milwaukee is not a place. If you playing in the courts of Milwaukee, you got tested in those Midwestern courts up there, please. So when I saw that, I said, okay, all right. He he got the IQ. You know, the thing and I don't think this is going to happen with Khan like it happened with Brandon Miller. Khan, you know, Charles Lee, I do not believe at his peril. Khan has a midi game. Khan plays bully ball. If Lee tries to take that away and just have him shooting threes and going for layups, it's going to strip away an advantage that Khan has because he's a big boy. He can bully. He play bully ball. He can lay that wood on people, and he does it sometimes. You know, I think that's one of the issues with Brandon right now. Brandon Miller has been stripped of his midi game at 6'10". He should be in that mid-range, mid-post area, shooting over players, especially if they have him as a guard, he's really a 3. But if they're going to have Brandon Miller at the 2, then why have a 6'10" 2 and not take advantage of the fact that he has height over most players that will guard him? You know, I don't get that thought process with the Charlotte front office, why they have not exploited that more and leaned him in more in that direction. But the fan base there, it is what it is. You know, Khan, there's an investment in Khan. The fan base has embraced him. They adore him in Charlotte. You know, they're talking, hey, it's what it is. And they're talking him up past Lamelo. Some even are saying that let Lamelo and Brandon, let them both go and just build around Khan. That's the talk. Oh, no, that's the talk in the streets now.
But hold on. I would say though, as of
that's
now,
the talk.
I would say though, as of right now, Khan is averaging more points than
That's the street. That's the talk in the street.
And then what's up with Bridges? Bridges think he's safe, don't he? He got to get behind this way.
Bridges needs to make sure he can get a new contract, man. The
Bridges
gone,
sure he stay behind this Conway.
Bro, he got to go to Detroit.
He
must got a woman out there in Charlotte. He ain't trying to leave.
Hey, Miles said the one of his last press conference a few days ago, he said that Khan's the best player, baby. He said that.
I'm telling you.
He said Khan's the best player. He's sliding over. He know where the bread is buttered now, man. Miles, Khan is the best player on the Hornets now. You know,
to see it. It's starting to shift.
Yeah, he's shifting. I guess after Lamelo called him I ain't gonna, I'll use he called him a certain B word in the locker room a few weeks back, but it's like Miles he's going to that. I don't know why he's fallen in love with that little floater. Miles used to catch Miles was close to the basket in the Airbnb days. Miles used to catch bodies when he was that close to the basket. He used to go for bodies, and he's not going for no bodies no more. I don't know.
He don't got the leg. I don't think he got the legs.
He want to shoot. He's a shooter now.
He don't got the legs on him no more.
Yeah, but
he got Khan. What the hell are you doing shooting the three?
Yeah, he got to go to his strengths, man. You can't have him.
Your ass to the paint.
He don't got the bungees no more, bro.
Yeah, he don't. It could be the knees, because Miles just say he came in overweight a season ago. He is 27. Those knees start talking to you.
Don't get like he 20. Yo, bro, you talking about like 4 years ago. You talking about a 23-year-old. He ain't dunking like that no more.
Yeah, the knees, man. It could be the knees. And he has not exceeded. The thing is, he has not evolved his game.
He got too much off
to
the
catch
court
up with his body.
He sat out a whole season. Got like 9.
That domestic. He sat out over his domestic. You right?
It's over. It's over for him, bro. He
lost.
Remember, he was about to sign that big deal, and he lost that whole deal. Ended up signing a little baby deal.
That man fumbled $174 million. That was what was on the table. Mitch was about to give him $174 million.
And then he ended up signing for like what, 2 point something?
He signed when he came back. He had to sign for 25, 75 was like a close like an $80 million deal. Yeah. He lost $100 million off of that. And then it's no excuses. He brought it on himself.
And then remember they end up trading PJ Washington. All that
PJ's in Dallas. We'll see how long that lasts now that Cooper's there. Because they're talking about doing the reset with Cooper there. But the old regime, they messed
up Lamelo with that old regime, respectfully, because they didn't have no real like they were saying earlier, like how you were saying, but the European hard-nosed players that really get down to work. He ain't have that around him because
Did
he
you?
had
But
like,
did
you know
you
what I
see
mean?
what
Because
Michael
Gordon
Jordan
Hayward,
said?
if Gordon Hayward was
What
that
you
player,
say?
he was hurt, so it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying. So Trey Rozier, all that, they was clubbing, bro. They was chilling with. Remember, Lil Baby was hot. I mean, not Lil Baby, the Baby was hot from New Orleans at that time. All that was, you know what I mean. He wasn't really
The
locked
baby is
like he was supposed to.
Michael Jordan said that I got my brand and all that stuff off of the play of basketball. That's how I got my branding, right? So it's a shot at players who come in with brands, right? Like, Lamelo came in with his brand intact.
Yeah.
And
then
Michael,
didn't want to sign with Jordan, respectfully, bro.
he did not want to sign with Jordan. He signed with Puma,
right.
And but Khan signed with Jordan brand. But
exactly. Right.
he signed with Puma.
Talk about it.
And Puma, and because of LaMelo, Puma has broken into basketball on the strength of LaMelo and his commercial
first signature shoe. The first signature shoe.
The first signature shoe. They tried to duplicate it with Scoop. That's over with. They
trying to do the shit now with dude with Halliburton.
Yep.
That's gonna end up. That shit gonna fail hard.
It's vanilla. Come on now, Tyrese is too vanilla for that.
Only LaMelo could do it.
You say
LaMelo is like, yes. Come on now, Flight. I mean, LaMelo Ball is like the lead artist for a label. You know how a big artist will carry the other artists on a label. For LaMelo and Puma, that's what that is. I don't know there are those who disagree, with the Puma deal, but that is what it is. I think that when the word came out falsely that LaMelo was dissatisfied, which I think LaMelo did something very smart, the vitriol, some even, it is what it is, some even outright racist, vile things that some of the so-called Hornets said about LaMelo, some of that stuff that I saw, I said, yeah. I said, you know what? It's like, I am not, if they don't recognize a unicorn that could lift that franchise in ways that no other player can, then they get what they get.
But they dropped the ball with that, bro. They've been dropped the ball. Like I always go back to the fact that they didn't play Jello. Like when they had the opportunity, bro. Like to me, that was one of the biggest drop balls because at the end of the day, going into that summer, the coach said what he said. Like, do you know what I mean? They said like, "Oh, we see how he play in practice. He's ready." Like for them not to play it, and like that's crazy to me. Like that was crazy, and for them to like advertise him in the preseason games, like like in the G League games, they were all like. They were like brand him like he's going to be the player, like he's that player that they're going to be playing.
He was front page.
They don't even play him.
A lot of that was political, I believe. Some of that was political, on as far as how they treated him. Some of it, I think, was overzealous fans who kind of jumped in also in that conversation. I think some of the players didn't like Jello was getting in. And because Jello's in the point guard, some of those players, I think, also were taken aback in fact that, he's here because of his brother. Did he really earn it? Blah, 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 blah. Some of them alluded to that, So there was all that type of stuff that was going on. It was a mess. But Jello's landed well.
But then you look at the Giannis and you look at how other teams treat other, brothers and situations is bad. It looks bad.
But one thing about Thanos, he was drafted before Giannis. So he was drafted. He got in on his own merit. He stayed because of Giannis.
Fair enough.
So I think those things, if there was more wisdom involved in that situation, I think Jello could have squeezed through. But, I think it was just a drop ball altogether, but fortunately, he has fell into his hip hop bag. I'm hoping that they do right by him, although he has his own domestic issues, plenty. We leave that alone, huh?
I said we all have those.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
If you a handsome guy, let's keep it 100. If you a handsome guy, you tall, you got money, you're gonna have some domestic issues.
Yeah, especially if there's no discernment or even if so, these, you got to be these, you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go that far. But Dex, you understand, especially you being out in LA. I know you see it out there. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. When you out there and you in the field and you feel that you got the pick of the litter, because I'm quite sure LiAngelo is somewhat conceited,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the way that he go ahead.
He in his
Sorry.
bag, bro. He
No,
young.
go ahead, Dex. I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't
No,
know
don't you think that? Don't you think they all are to a degree? Everybody can
Yeah,
be.
bro. That's
No.
what I'm saying.
Anybody who's
No, not
been
all of them.
successful.
Nah, Lonzo and Melo
No.
is playing their
Well,
safe.
I don't mean
Lonzo
that.
Jello
now.
outside,
Lonzo,
word. Jello
Lonzo
outside.
right now, since he got the alley, he's a little bit conceited because he feel that he's good now. He got the type of girl that he wants. You follow what I'm saying? And she cool with him, and she cool with everything that he's going through. So he kind of got some conceit, and he got his cojones, inflated. But I just think LaMelo is just kind of silly with it. You follow what I'm saying? He's not the type that shows that he's conceited. He's the type that this is my preference, this is what I want, and I'm good. LiAngelo, I'm God's gift
Melo
to
been like that because, like, even if you watch back in the days when he was like, "Oh, Melo need a girlfriend and all that," you see how
right
he
there
used
you
to be
go.
like, he used to be like, "Come on, like,
Exactly.
chill, like I don't gotta, you know what I mean? Don't put me out there like that." Like,
Right.
you feel me? Here,
Yeah,
Leo, bro. I already know how the Leos move, bro. Leo games.
But LiAngelo has always thought he was a ladies' man.
Yeah.
Even from a young kid, how his mother pampered him, how he was just so a handsome kid. Lonzo looked a little funny, Melo looked a little funny, but LiAngelo, according to pops and mom, he always had that ladies look. You know what I'm saying? He always had that mature ladies
and Dex and they fantasize, when he showed up in some damn fashion shoot, man, in the shower, those girls went crazy, Jello, so I say, hell, Jello could make a bag just off of that, I mean, so they're going to
he's
be
going to have a
good
domestic issue. That's my point. My point is,
right with
my
the rap
point is,
shit,
he's going to have a domestic issue
then,
because
quiet as kept,
Yeah.
quiet as kept, right? Quiet as kept. He got the best rap deal for the year of 2025. Quiet as kept. He did all what he was supposed to do, bro. He got the top one song on Billboard. Like, he did everything he was supposed to do this year.
That's one song though. I need to see him active, Belize. I need more.
Bro, chill out. Not for nothing. Your boy was on tour with Kevin Gates.
You know what I'm saying?
He's still on
Law
tour.
and Order.
They're still on tour.
Pipe down needs to drop. Pipe Down needs to drop immediately. That's his best song. They haven't dropped that one. Law and Order, they dropped that one. Pipe Down is his best one.
At least he's still on tour.
Was fired.
He's still on
tour right now. They just left Mississippi.
That's good. So they're in the process of recouping that money.
Nah, yeah, he on it. Like he definitely like, and I like what they did with the podcast. I like the way that they changed the name to Ballin' in the Family. They're keeping it back to the, like, you know what I mean, to the root.
To the essence,
all that. I like all that.
But I do think that if they're prepping the fan base. I asked a question on my live the last time I went live about it. I said to the disappointment of some of the tribe over there, man, because some of them really want LaMelo to stay, and it's an argument there with those who sincerely want LaMelo to stay, and they're fighting with those who don't want him to stay. And I said, hey, baby, I mean, if it was announced tonight that a deal has been made for LaMelo Ball to go to another team, I said there won't be no protest from the Hornet fan base, except for a few. It won't be like it was when Luka was moved, where Nico had to get bodyguards and all that stuff for real in real life, and now he's no longer on the Dallas.
It's not gonna be like that. Well, LaMelo didn't accomplish the things that Luka did while he was there.
LaMelo didn't accomplish shit. He didn't accomplish nothing.
This is true.
Some individual accolades, but as far as team accolades, nothing. It was a disappointment.
So they'll let him go, and they'll say we got Khan, because that's what they're gonna pivot to. Unfortunately,
and you know what? And they can thank LaMelo because now they got some authentic, profitable throwback jerseys.
Oh yeah, those LaMelo jerseys. but the team be turned over to Khan and sell some in the fan base from what I saw. They said, "Oh, we losing," but I like watching Khan, and that's exactly the way and if the owners can get the fan base into that mentality, they'll watch Khan cook, and they'll extend the next year to next year to next year energy briefly with Khan, but Dex, and Flight and Belize, they're not going to be able to slow roll Khan the way they've done LaMelo or Brandon. If they take too long building around Khan,
they don't need to. He already, out on the runway. And in this regime, they have a different perspective because they're trying to recoup that $3 billion.
That's right.
So all right. How about I go on a wild one and give you a trade like this, right? You put a trade together like for LaMelo to Phoenix, and you get back like a Dylan Brooks. Maybe what's your boy name? The one that just came over there, the young one. The Jalen dude.
Richard. I mean,
Jalen Green.
Whatever.
Jalen Green. Yeah.
Green don't fit their aesthetic, Belize.
Huh?
Jalen don't fit their aesthetic in Charlotte.
They don't want no Jalen Green. He's a mess. But I'm gonna tell you something.
Put something like that around.
Keep this in mind. When you look for LaMelo departure.
My fault, bro. My point. What I was trying to get at was, would they be able to trade him and build a solid team around Khan? Is that would be the goal?
They would build around Khan, but not with Green.
Not instantly.
Not with Green.
But you'll trade for players though. But that would be the goal. Is
they would trade for players that fit Khan.
All right, cool.
Pritchard could be on his way, man. I'm telling you. Pritchard and Samo could be on their way.
Yeah,
they take Pritchard. They take Derek White.
They'll take them. They fit that aesthetic that Charlotte's looking for. There's an aesthetic that Charlotte wants to win with, and it's not LaMelo. Someone said something about Ja being in Charlotte. Absolutely not. They want Khan fits that. Khan fits the aesthetic that they like more so than those who like LaMelo's aesthetic. And what I mean by that is LaMelo is, hey Noble, Noble. We've had these talks in the BTW. It is for the whether or not Khan is a franchise player or not. You give the people what they want. The people in Charlotte, are calling him the franchise. They're calling him the face. O'Connor just today with the other dude said, bye-bye, LaMelo. We got our star, Khan. The writers are saying this, right? And Dex, as you know, because they have votes, which is a disgrace, they're going to see to it. Khan will be all rookie first team. I think that's in the bag already. Him and Cooper just got rookies of the month. That's in the bag already. If Charlie cooks a little bit, if Khan can get enough votes from the fans, the writers will push him to the finish line in terms of all-star. They're going to do that for him because they like him. They're invested in his success.
There's no way Khan get more all-star votes than LaMelo.
No, I'm saying, I didn't say he'll get more. I'm saying if he gets
that don't mean anything though, Belize, because
we know that
a lot of people last season didn't get more all-star votes than LaMelo.
We know that. I'm just saying
they put them in. It is political, Belize. This is not merit.
I could see him playing though. He would definitely play in the rookie all-star games, all that type stuff like that. Yeah,
they will put him in there before Brandon. Khan to get in there before Brandon.
Well, Brandon already did it, so he can't do it again.
No, Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller already did it his rookie year, so he won't be able to do it.
No. I'm talking about all-star.
Or all-star vote. Okay, I see what you're saying.
They will put him in there because they're invested in him.
Only way that happens, though, LaMelo got to be off the team.
LaMelo has to be. If LaMelo's off the team, they'll put him in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they'll put him in there. They'll put him in there. They'll put him in. They'll put him in there to what?
Khan could definitely be all-star, but LaMelo. But they can't have Khan an all-star over LaMelo. That can't happen.
No, not over LaMelo. Yeah, but they'll put him in there. If there's Silver moving LaMelo around, it's like there's some doom and gloom on LaMelo. LaMelo will go and cook on another team. He's too good. He's too skilled not to. And he'll cook somewhere else. I
got a question for you, Chief. Where would you like him to cook?
Quickly, and maybe something like that.
Man, consider how
I don't know about that rap guy. I don't know if he'll be an all-star next season.
They're gonna eventually Khan will be up in there.
What do you think? You think
Flight?
they'll trade him to Toronto?
Charlotte's not that good for him to be the All-Star next season.
No. He's not going to be that good. You know, once they start winning a little bit, they don't have to win outright the way they would. LeBron would have to.
They got to be at least playing.
They have to win. They have to at least approaching play in. They have to have a winning record. You know, if they have enough, the writers will clean up everything else. For Khan, they'll do that. Now, Flight, you asked where would I would like Lamelo to be? Well, hey, you know, I mean, consider how the Bulls treated Lonzo. You know, I wouldn't mind him going up there to Chicago.
No, that's
they
a mess.
love Lonzo in Chicago still. What? They love Lonzo. They'll love.
But that's a mess in Chicago right now.
I know it's a mess, but you know the Bulls. The Bulls. But
out of the ball
we don't do a head and heart conversation.
So then what you do?
I think they're out of the ball business.
You trading Giddy? You trading Giddy?
Hold on.
Giddy for Lamelo?
Hold on, Hart. Bulls, but head for Lamelo. For me, selfishly, the Bulls. But for Lamelo Ball, I think I heard Dex say Boston. I like that. I know, Flight, you don't like it.
That's where he might be headed. Just keep that in mind.
I like
Jason Tatum
Boston.
gonna come back and have Lamelo as a teammate.
I see, you know, Jason got a thing with Lamelo. You know, Jason threw little shots out towards, you know, that like, hey,
because you know why he did that? Because Lamelo's not on his team. Playing Charlotte on a Tuesday night, like who's going to get up?
Yeah, that's right. See, so
you know
stuff like that, right? But they'll fix that. You know, I like him and Cooper in Dallas. I think with Kidd as his coach, I think he'll be good in Dallas. You know, there's talk about Houston, but I don't think they're able to get a trade for him. You know, I would actually like Lamelo in Orlando. You know, they need a point guard, though Black is coming on pretty good down there.
NBA don't give a damn about Orlando. NBA cares about Golden State, New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers, and the damn Boston Celtics.
I was saying selfishly, I'll take Brooklyn.
Brooklyn ain't got nothing going on in Brooklyn. He's not going to win in Brooklyn.
Michael Porter's not passing that ball to nobody.
He's not. He's not going to win in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's not well put together right now. They're in transition, but there are fans in Golden State decks who do kind of want them to fix the error that they made. And there are some in Golden State that are calling that they have put Lamelo in Photoshop Lamelo in the Golden State uniform. You know, if Steve Kerr can get over the fact that LeVar said that his coaching was a fake Rolly, you know, and then they can transition right into from Steph, they can transition right into Lamelo, and the good times will continue to roll in Golden State. But Dex and Flight and believes, I think that if there's a move for Lamelo out of Charlotte, they're going to put him where it's like Dex said, where it's advantageous for the NBA, because LaMelo's marketing value and his business value is too good to waste. You know, so they're going to put him in a position where he can make good money. And the NBA push him. The NBA do push LaMelo.
Send him to the Kings. Send him to the Kings.
Oh, no, the Kings. I don't know what's going on.
Where's Puma located?
Puma?
New York.
Yeah.
No. LaMelo's business epicenter is in New York, Dex. Like
only in New York.
For Rock Nation in Puma, that's New York. That's New York.
So what, Brooklyn?
And Boston's right. Well, he's not going to the Knicks. That's what he's not going to Brooklyn. Boston is right up the street from that, right?
Boston.
Boston's
up the street. Brooklyn is where his business interest is.
Yeah,
it depends on what he wants.
You listen. You got Porter.
LaMelo used to hang out in Boston. You know that, right? Y'all forgot that. LaMelo used to hang out in Boston.
LaMelo used to hang out in Boston.
Yeah,
it's not that far. I mean, he's
him and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's right. He sure did. See, because LaMelo. See, that's another thing, Dex. I don't think people understand. I'm glad you said that. LaMelo Ball's very laid back, almost like Robin Hood type aura, disguises the fact that he is a mogul.
Rui Hachimura hit a game winner.
He runs.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
At a young age.
Go Lakers.
I wouldn't want him
to him for a corner three.
He's doing business with people at the age of 19 and up.
I can't have
and those circle and interesting. LaMelo be an interesting business circle. I put it like that.
The
So
basketball gods will basically have a curse on me if they send LaMelo to Boston. All right. So please let's not
But
put.
they need that balance though. They have to have that
Not,
they
East
have
Coast
to have the
West Coast
balance. You're
balance.
right. You're
I
right,
cannot.
Lex.
I cannot buy a LaMelo Ball jersey. Are you kidding me?
I would love to see. Hey,
But buy
Dex,
his throwback. Just have his wear his
Dex,
throwback.
I would love to see a Luka LaMelo final, Boston, LA. I would love to
Thank
see
you,
Oh my God.
that. Oh, yeah, I
man.
would love to see that.
Look, oh my God.
I would love to see that. That would be box office for the NBA. You got to think in terms of business.
That's
Believe
right.
it's good business. The NBA is about making that money, and they're going to put LaMelo. If LaMelo's moved from Charlotte, if the plan is to move LaMelo, I can guarantee you that Adam Silver is on the phone with his fellow tribesmen down there in Charlotte, and they are going to arrange for LaMelo to be put in a place where it's advantageous for them. LaMelo will not be thrown away. NBA pushes him now, but because it's in Charlotte, they can't really maximize him. So give them Khan. You know, they're happy with Khan. Yeah, we got Khan. Move
And
LaMelo
Brandon.
into a
They
market.
like Brandon too. Don't forget they like Brandon.
They like Brandon, but there's talk that
They don't like nobody more than
there's talk
23.
that
They love
there's
number 23 more than everybody on that team.
there's talk that they are there's talk in some elements of that fan base are saying let Khan and Brandon go. I mean, let Brandon and LaMelo go. There's some that want to keep Brandon. There's some they're saying let him go and build around Khan alone. And if Brandon is kept, Dex, Brandon won't be the guy. Khan will be the guy, and Brandon will have to be his number
Right.
two.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. So you
But
put him.
Steve Ballmer's trying to throw a monkey wrench in it, and he's trying to blackmail the commissioner. He think he's slick trying to get rid of Chris Paul. Like, man, fuck that. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no guard. You know what I mean? Well, you had a guard. You don't want to kick them off the team. You know what I'm saying? So that's on you, Steve Ballmer. And Chris Paul has been a good ambassador for the league and mentor for younger players. So by y'all kicking them off, trying to make room for LaMelo, I don't know, man. I might have to step in and detour LaMelo from trying to get to the Clippers and go somewhere else.
You think that's the move? You think that's why they move Paul, Dex?
Hell yeah. You know they know how these inside. You know they got the inside trader information.
Yes. Interesting. LaMelo and the Clippers with Intuit Arena. LaMelo be
LeVar Ball said it.
That's what Steve Ballmer wants.
LaMelo be a good headliner for Intuit Center.
Steve Ballmer wants to be the Jerry Jones of basketball. I'm talking about business wise, not far as the celebrity, but business wise.
Confirm this, Dex.
Control it.
Confirm this, Dex, and because of the aesthetic that the Clippers have versus the Lakers, LaMelo on the Clippers, I think, would fit very good because the Clippers is the little bro to the Lakers. They feel disrespected, they feel overlooked, blah 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 blah. The Clippers Lakers is a little inner city rivalry going on, if I'm not mistaken. So a LaMelo and a LaMelo on the Clippers and a Luka on the Lakers. I mean, it can work. It can work.
Steve Ballmer trying to use his bully pulpit, which is NBA owner status, and hold that over the NBA commissioner Adam Silver's head.
But are you concerned about the team structure, though? There's a lot of old. Hey, with all due respect, there's a lot of older players.
That's gonna wither away. If that wither away, then you have room for LaMelo and the Clippers to grow. Because you got to remember now, we're talking LA, second largest media market, right?
Yes.
They already discard the Clippers. You follow what I'm saying? So you can dismantle the Clippers and try to rebrand them all you want, and LA won't blink an eye. Long as you don't touch them Lakers and them damn Dodgers, you can have whatever you want in LA. Even the Rams.
Then why don't he just leave LA and build a team somewhere else, man?
Why would he do that? He just put $3 billion in a freaking arena.
Yeah, man.
Not a stadium, arena. Not a baseball stadium, not a football stadium. An arena that only holds about 20,000 people. He put that much money into it.
Oh, that was a mistake then.
Could be tax write-off. Could be a whole lot of other stuff to go up with
Yeah,
it.
you know. You see, the
But not
owners,
only
those
that, he
they
still
think on a
got to get
different.
them
They think
concerts
differently,
going in
man.
there too. He gonna get them concerts going out in there.
They think in terms of business and all that stuff. A
Well, you
tax
got
write-off.
concerts. You got concerts in like 5 different uh, venues in that area, right? You got the Inuit Dome, right? You got YouTube Theater. You got the Forum, and you got what's that other one? Hollywood Park.
The forum's still open, huh? For business.
Yeah, they
Okay.
still do concerts there.
Okay.
So you got like 4 to 5 different venues right there in Inglewood. You follow what I'm saying?
But
Competing with
there's
the
a lot of
Inuit Dome.
artists in LA, like so. It's a lot
Not
of
LA. No, I'm not talking LA. Just Inglewood, not LA.
yeah.
Inglewood, LA is 2 separate.
Okay.
Just Inglewood itself. You got the like I said, YouTube Theater, right? You got Inuit Dome, Hollywood Park, and the Forum. That's 4 major venues in Inglewood, right? It's right there, right next to each other.
Oh, Dex. Let me ask you this: is this LeBron's last year? Is he done?
Who?
LeBron.
No, that right there, I don't know. You know, LeBron, he walks to the beat of his own drum. So I'm not sure how that's gonna
Will he
work
stay
out.
will the Lakers push him out though? So Luka can
No,
have
because he already accepted. He conceded. It's Luka's team. He conceded. He's not fighting that.
Okay.
He can stay as long as he wants.
But my thing is this though, Dex. What's the contract look like for next year?
I'm quite sure it'll be reduced because now they got Luka. Luka's a box office attraction, right?
Like
LeBron was the only. Hold on, let me finish. LeBron was the only show in town, so that's why he was getting those lucrative contracts. But now you got Luka. Luka is the attraction now. So LeBron's status is waning. Plus, he's getting old, and he realized this. Chris and what's his agent's name? Paul. He realized this. So he's like, LeBron, don't fight it. Let them have Luka. Just keep getting your bread. You're gonna get less, but just keep getting your bread and keep building your stats. You heard what Lonzo asked Stephen A. Smith. Is LeBron stat padding? Yes. He's stat.
Yeah, because he wants to
there's no love lost.
But look, so we talking LeBron at what, $10 million a year?
No, he'll never get no $10 million a year. He'll retire before he get that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because,
so the Lakers
he still have a large fan base, and he still have a chunk of the media.
Can afford to pay him $20 million a season.
He with that roster they got, yeah, they ain't paying nobody. Shit.
Right.
Who they paying? They ain't paying nobody. They gave Austin Reeves a little bit of money, but ain't nothing.
Austin won a bag. They say Austin won his bag, Dex, from the.
But look,
that's what I'm saying. They're paying Luka. They're paying Luka that extension. That's coming off the Dallas contract, and they gave Austin Reeves a little bit of money, and the rest is LeBron and the change, the crumbs that fall off the rich man table.
LeBron $50 million, right? So this season he's on $50 million on a $50 million salary. So next season, right? That's off the books. So they're not gonna want to put how much into LeBron. They want to put that into other players.
LeBron might get about $30 million next season.
Nah, that's crazy.
30 million, huh?
Yeah, he might get about 30. But that's a deduction. That's a deduction from 50 to 30. You feel me?
Still a whole lot.
Depends how far the Lakers go. This season. But you gotta remember,
LeBron 30 when you could be paying all these younger players all that 30. You can pay like 2 players 30 right now. But maybe 3 players.
Do you know who the owner of the Lakers is? It's not Jeannie Buss anymore.
I was about to ask that question, Dex, about the
new ownership. It's not Jeannie Buss anymore.
It's not
this dude. This dude on soccer teams.
I'm just going off the salary.
The Dodgers. You feel me? And and you know the Dodgers. I mean, they're one of the most profitable teams in sports as well.
But I'm going off the salary.
They get 3 million. They get 3 million attendees every year, breaking the record every year. They break their own record every year. Ain't the Yankees, ain't the Cardinals, ain't the Cubs. It's the Dodgers.
I hear you.
Who get all the attendance?
I hear you, gangster.
So
you don't gotta mention my Yankees in that conversation.
so as long as LeBron plays the game, they'll keep him in LA.
Yeah, they keep him exactly, and he knows it.
Interesting. What about Bronny?
My son is there. LeBron is protecting Bronny.
Yes,
he ain't making that much waves because Bronny still get minutes.
Yes.
You know, it don't really show much, but he gets minutes. JJ Redick puts him in, and
So Bronny
JJ Redick got there because of LeBron. So you know he's not going to cut LeBron's throat. He's not going to do that. JJ Redick is not that type of guy. He's a loyal friend.
So
That's
so
right.
again, y'all salary. But then so what? So we're looking at this, right? If Bryce decides to come out next year, what the Lakers doing?
If LeBron don't play next year,
He's talking about Bryce James.
oh, I don't know. Bryce James needs some development. You know, I've been keeping an eye on him over at Arizona, and he might need a little more development.
Bryce made to stay a few years in college.
So LeBron
I'm
might
saying
can't wait for Bryce.
if he decides to come out
Disgusting
next
about the
season.
Bryce thing. We
What'd you
talking
say,
about
Fly?
Bryce, but we're so disgusting about the Bryce situation. We ain't even talking about Cayenne Anthony, you know, who's actually producing.
No, we was gonna
doing
get to
something,
Kanye. I wanted to
who's
just,
actually
because we was
delivering
on
the goods, but somehow we still caught up with these people who do nothing. You know, I don't
Let's talk
understand.
about
But
it.
Cayenne is being
Cayenne is
completely
not on.
disrespected and is disgusting.
But Cayenne, as far as celebrity, he's not on the Bryce level yet.
Listen, man. When
That's
LeBron,
crazy if you think that.
listen, man, he's a
Wait a
better player
minute.
than Bronny and
Okay,
And
you
Bryce.
say
and
that's crazy. I think that. Hold on, please.
Yes, I
All you
believe
gotta
that.
do is just
I
think
know
about
that.
this. All you gotta do is think about this. You say Bryce James, and then you say Cayenne Anthony, and see and think in your mind what name was spread farther throughout the world. Cayenne Anthony or Bryce James?
But it's all about who's better.
I'm
I
talking
mean,
about in
Cayenne is
I know
basketball
who's
actually
sense.
better.
Right
You know
Syracuse
who's
is
now, I
better.
actually
think
doing
We
Cayenne
talking
got
something.
way
celebrity.
more hype than
They just
than
knocked
Bryce.
off. Didn't they just knock off one of the top teams? Was it Tennessee or some shit like that?
College basketball, you know that comes and goes. You know how good a team.
No
You know
East
how
Coast
good a team
basketball
is when it
players.
comes
I don't like that.
March
I don't like.
Madness. But throughout the season, it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Flacco 9. Con is sitting on a 6-win team right now. Con ain't won nothing yet.
Not yet.
Let Con take the Hornets to the play-in at least before we start talking about what Con is going to do better than LaMelo Ball. First of all,
Syracuse beat Tennessee.
Because even when they talk about that team when like LaMelo lost in the play to Atlanta, right? That same Atlanta team
in Indiana
went all the way to the Western Conference.
Atlanta.
I mean to the Eastern Conference Finals.
he lost to Atlanta.
No, not
Indiana.
that Atlanta team. No, not that one. No, they didn't.
No,
They
that's
didn't?
not that
The one
Atlanta
that
team.
the one that beat LaMelo, they got swept by Philly. Philly
Okay.
beat the dog shit out of
So
them.
was it the
Yeah,
next season that it was the next season that Atlanta team went?
It was before that.
It was the season
He's
before that.
saying that
The season before,
LaMelo's
yeah.
Con's a winner. You know, it's like Con ain't won nothing. He hasn't won anything. He has one rookie of the month. LaMelo had 4. So let's put this in context now.
And LaMelo didn't start.
I
he didn't
Con.
start.
He from the bench. He got it from the bench. See, so I like Con's game a lot, but let's not go crazy now. Let's keep this in context. We'll see what Con does, but he ain't run nothing yet.
LaMelo first triple, the youngest triple double.
Flacco going crazy in the chat on Con.
He said
did
LaMelo has won Rookie of the Year, 4 Players of the Month. He got the ESPY Award.
Who was the youngest All-Star the following year?
Yes. The 4th youngest on the triple double. Get up out of here now, Flacco. Let's not do that.
Well, he was the youngest when he did it.
He was the youngest, and then Giddy broke it.
He was the youngest when he did it.
And then Giddy broke it. Giddy broke it the following year.
Took it. So let's not. And then he went to the playoffs. So let's not hear. So again, let's see what Con does first before we start talking about did he go to the playoffs? No, but has Con went to the playoffs? What has Con done? It's 20 games. If Con is such a winner, then why aren't the Hornets got a better record then? So relax.
Flacco going hard for Con.
I know.
Is this Pope? Is this Pope with a bird?
It's like
trash.
Let us let
That's
him.
a California name, Flacco.
Let us let him play and let us see what he'll become.
In New York, his name was Flacco.
You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is.
Flacco just mean he's skinny. So he
Yeah,
got
that means the skinny. Yeah, that's what I'm
But,
saying.
but
In California, we call a lot of Mexicans flaco. That's skinny.
but to you,
All the skinny.
but to your point, Flight, on Keon Anthony, the next class is going to be a great class. Keon will be a part of it. You know,
Yeah, he called Melo a parlay player. Oh, Flacco, you nasty with that.
I think Keon I'm sorry, Keon now. Cayenne gonna stay in one more year though. He's gonna probably do a couple years.
you don't think you're good? You
Coming
don't
off
think
the
he'll come
bench.
out, Belize?
I don't think he's
No,
gonna
he's
do
coming
like
off
his
the
pops
bench.
and go one and done.
Keon's coming off the bench right now.
He said Flacco needs to relax. Flacco on
Flacco
the
just talking.
trauma tour right now.
Yeah, he's talking a bunch of nonsense, bro. You know, let the boy get in and play before you start crowning him already. Before you end up calling him a bust when he doesn't play the way you all want him to play.
But now he's averaging. He said,
"Who is Melo then?
Ooh,
wait."
You know what I'm saying? So right now, rookie of the year and all-star right now.
Nobody's hating on Khan. We giving Khan.
No one is hating on Khan in here. No one is hating on Khan. I think Khan's going to be great. I think Khan is going to be. I think Khan is some people mistakenly call him a Klay Thompson. I don't think so. Khan's game is broader than Klay's. Khan can handle the ball. He can, Khan, if his handle get up, Khan can run the point. He use angles well. He plays I'm not saying he's Luka, but he plays kind of that, Luka can play slow, can get to a spot, but he's big, so he kind of move people out the way to get to where he's going. Khan has that type of game. So Khan is going to be a good player. He's going to be a good player. But let us wait and see what that'll be first. Let's see him develop first, and we don't have to throw, and you don't have to lift Khan to shoot down Lamelo, as though Lamelo hadn't done a thing in Charlotte. Come on now, let's not do that. He made 2 play-ins. Khan has not made that yet. Got blown out both times, but he did make a play-in.
You can't get one of those play-ins. You can't give Melo credit for. You got to get at the Miles Bridges. The first one.
The rookie one? Yeah, Miles did hold it down.
Miles Bridges. Yeah,
man, if Miles played the way he played Ricky Lamelo, the Hornets would have a better record right now. if he played anything close to that,
He had flashes, right?
He averaged 20, right? 2021 that year?
Yeah, he had flashes. But a parlay player is this, Rap God, is you don't really trip off the game. You only trip off his stats. And you bet in-game player prompts on the player. So that's how players become popular and famous through gambling. And that's why they call them parlay players. Because they get good stats and they win people money. They might not win the game, but they win you money because of their stat line. That's the parlay.
Flight, are you happy with Mike Brown?
What'd you say?
Are you happy with Mike Brown?
Say that one more time, Chief. My bad.
Are you happy with Mike Brown?
Listen, man, I can't say that. I mean, Mike Brown is cool, but what I will say is I'm not upset with him.
Okay.
But I think his time he hasn't proven yet. What he's gonna do. We got to see what happens in the playoffs and all that stuff. So let's see what happens. I think the jury is still out on him.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's too. We got to wait for the playoffs to see.
The Knicks are cooking though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Knicks listen, they didn't lose nobody from last year. So
they're not cooking though.
So what? No, hold on, wait a minute. Slow down, guys. Listen, if Detroit didn't get out to this hot start, the Knicks will be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Okay,
so,
here we go.
Now Detroit done got out the gate. Everybody get lucky. So we don't know if Detroit.
Oh no, baby, that ain't lucky. Like
we don't know
building that thing for a while.
Well, yeah. We don't know if Bickerstaff and company is going to sustain this. We could count on the Knicks, to still be hovering around the top seed And that's what I'm just gonna leave it at. If Detroit didn't get out to a hot start, New York would be the number 1 seed in the East.
Okay,
So
yeah, they're number 2 right now.
Okay, but you say that to say what?
If it wasn't for Detroit got out hot. Come on, it's always a
So
surprise.
Detroit is cooking then, right?
Detroit is cooking. I mean,
Detroit is the surprise team.
Cade is here.
See, there you go. See, flights out on like when you do that.
What?
Cade is
There's always a team out.
Because
Look at Toronto.
but are they cooking or are they not? Is Detroit Pistons cooking or not?
They're cooking.
Okay, that's all we wanted to hear. The Knicks are where they expected to be to some degree.
Can they beat the Knicks in the playoffs? Is going to be the question. Detroit.
Brunson and Cade.
I don't trust Detroit. I don't trust Detroit. I don't trust Cleveland. I don't trust Toronto.
I'm surprised at Cleveland, Dex. I am.
I'm not.
I thought they'd be better. I thought they would build on last season.
I'm not. I'm not surprised. They're dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I watch every game for Cleveland. They're dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah, true.
So they don't have their full squad. And Kenny Atkinson, he just playing around with the roster just to keep players healthy. Because you got players sit out. He sits out a lot of players.
Okay.
I don't like it, but he sits out a lot of players. But I think I know why. He's trying to get everybody healthy, for the second run of the season. Because last year they was like the Knicks almost. They gave out of gas.
Well,
yeah. Interesting. So
I ain't gonna lie, man. With all these coaches that's out that's vacant, and I'm like, damn, Charles Lee. I understand that this is a young team. But come on, the Hornets ain't even getting out. I mean, they just look like they just out of it.
I mean, I know that Charles runs that damn analytical 5-out offense, man, and it's like they will run you off the 3 instead of taking a mid-range shot. They'll just reset for another 3, and when you live by the 3, you die by the 3. They don't have and they don't have nobody that they can throw the ball to in the mid-range area to get a bucket at all. Now, I would like for them to put Khan there more instead of running pick and rolls. Khan can go in that mid-range area and cook there. But Lee's philosophy is against midi shots. If you're not shooting a 3, he wants you to go to the basket to try for a layup, or he wants you to go inside to suck the defense in to pass out for a 3. And because the NBA defenses have caught on to that, and now I'm noticing they begin to jump the passes and everything, and some are like turnovers over that instead of just going in. I saw the New York game yesterday. Lamelo, I think it was Lamelo, out of the 3-point area. The ball they do this silly handoff pick and roll where the center is left in an island. And Kalkbrenner, though he can shoot the 3, he does not take them. So he's in an island. And then they have to wait for a guard to come back to get the handoff, only to be double teamed again. And then they swing it to the weak side where there's already somebody watching them over there because they know they don't have no inside presence. And since Miles is not catching bodies, they really don't have to worry about the backside too much. Then the Musa and Kalk may slip through for a dunk or 2, but they don't really pay the bigs no attention at all. Then they bring Tijan back up from the G League when they should have left him down there at the Swarm, and everything for a full season. But Jeff is so stubborn on his pick. He wants to prove himself right by picking Tijan over Maltaz and other players. So they put him down in the G League for a few weeks and bring him back up when he's cooking a little bit when they should have left him down there. It's just a mess right now. And Charles Lee is a good soldier. He's going to Charles Lee is a good soldier. Charles Lee is taking hits for Jeff last season. He's taking them again. Jeff is nowhere to be found to explain what is the thought process on, what is his plans to improve this team. Jeff is nowhere to be found. Lee is out there answering those questions. Coach speak, the same thing, the same generic answers every press conference, so we'll see what Jeff does. They need a big in Charlotte. They need someone they need a big that plays like a big, not an overgrown guard that can get a bucket They need someone to go up. LaMelo's game is made for a big. Also, LaMelo has not had a good big yet, that he can toss the ball to, that has good hands, and, Clark, he's okay, but Clark is weak. At times he's very weak, and everything. So they got the shooters. They got the shooters. Miles, they need to go ahead and move him because Miles is in the floor anyway. Connor's a shooter. No, if Liam would, I think Liam will come around.
Connor's kind of streaky though, to me.
He is streaky.
He give me them Jeffs.
He is streaky.
What's the name? Sparks.
This is true. What you say?
He give me them sparks. Vibe.
This is true. Con has to be. If Con doesn't, Con has to see one go in. I noticed that. Once one goes in, then he can kind of, cook. But Con isn't a shooter off the bat. He has to warm into it. That is true. So once he gets hot, right? And Liam, once he gets hot, right? Peace will stumbling, and everything. Sion is a good two-way. I like Sion's game. He just got to play with a little more confidence. But consider where he's picked. I'm not going to complain too much about what Sion is doing, but I do like his game. I like it a lot. Steady hand.
I just don't. Jeff needs to explain his roster to me.
He does.
I don't see the talent. I don't see the talent to win a bunch of games on this roster.
I don't think that's the intention.
You got Nipple, right?
Yes.
You got this Peterson guy, wherever the fuck he comes from.
Drew Peterson?
Colt Brenner. You got Colt Brenner. Yeah, Drew Peterson. You got Colt Brenner.
Uh-huh.
You got Leanne McNeely. You got Mason Plumlee. I mean, that's 5 or 6. I mean, that's almost 50% of your roster.
Right.
Well, at least a third of the roster, right?
Yeah.
Explain where are we going with this? Because that's not enough talent to win you. A gang of games in the NBA. Because look what happened with Colt Brenner. He's getting his shot blocked by 6'4" guards.
Yes.
At the rim.
Yes.
In crucial moments. I like that. I know he's a dunker. You know what I mean? He sits down there and gets them easy passes and he just dunks the ball, which is good. He's giving me them Travis Knight vibes.
Weak.
I don't know if you remember Travis Knight from the Lakers that played at UConn. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't see the talent.
No presence.
I know he had a record for rookies for field goal percentage, but that's well, how would I say this? That's a kind of record that's meaningless.
Right. Because
you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's attached to a 6-win team. 20 games.
Yeah, it's hollow. Yeah, it's hollow. It's not. It gives me the George Mirasan vibes. Remember George Mirasan used to have the best field goal percentage for like 5 years running, right?
Analytical people say that's good though.
But they wasn't winning. The Washington Bullets wasn't doing nothing.
No, they wasn't.
With George Mirasan.
No. They wanted to, they drafted him. They thought he could be a body against Shaq. You know that was during that time.
So being a fan of basketball and somewhat historian, I'm seeing things play out like deja vu, and I'm like, it's repeating history. These same kind of players with the same kind of results in the team with the same kind of outcome.
Yes.
So if you think that's supposed to be different, then you're insane, right? Because insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. That's the definition of being insane. Yeah. And I'm seeing that the Charlotte Hornets are doing that. You're not going to win a lot of basketball games in this era with that kind of roster construction. I don't care what Pope is saying, trying to make fun of it. Reality is reality. And they're trying to force a business model that's not conducive to winning. Even the original Boston Celtics themselves knew that wasn't going to hold up once integration happened. They hurried up and got rid of that type of mentality, right? Didn't Red Auerbach hurry up and get rid of that?
They tried,
Matter of
baby.
fact, Red Auerbach was the first coach to put 5 black starters on the floor and won 11 championships.
They were trying to get, had Lynn not overdosed, man. Lynn Bias was on his way to Boston. He was on his way to go with Bird. You know? So this
They need to take the model from Sam Presti. I don't know why nobody wants the Sam Presti model. Okay? We know that old boy from Golden State, yeah, he did a wonderful job at Golden State. But that model was dead. The Draymond Green type model, that's dead. The model now is Sam Presti over at OKC. Look what the OKC Thundercats are doing right now. Them cats from the red clay is just killing and ripping the hardwood up.
Yeah.
Because they got draft picks and they kept the talent. Now, mind you, they had 3 Hall of Famers as a foundation, or you can even say 4 with Chris Paul as a foundation. Because I'm not really counting George, and I'm not counting Carmelo Anthony as part of that OKC Thunder thing, because they didn't stay there that long. But you got Westbrook, Harden, and Durant. You got 3 foundational first ballot Hall of Famers, and you let all that go, and now you won your championship with young, fresh talent that is tenacious on that basketball court. And the way they're going, they might win 83 games.
Dex also, the talent is economical. The press has found a way to get this talent without going over these different aprons and everything. And because he got all these picks, if a player becomes too expensive, they can swap him out.
Look what they did with Giddey, right?
Yeah.
A young player. See, this is when you're not married to your draft pick. You know what I'm saying? There's no type of sentimental value to it. They got an older Caruso and traded a young and upcoming 6, 9, or 10 point guard, Josh Giddey, former Rookie of the Year. Got rid of him and gave the money to Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
People thought, hey, this dude must be crazy. Sam Presti lost it. No, he didn't lose it. He gained it.
Yeah, and kept SGA happy. Then went on and got Chet. You know, Chet was hurt his rookie season, put him to the side. You know, Dort for defense. Now they went and got Hardenstein out of New York. I mean,
Williams, don't forget Williams.
Williams, yes. I mean, it is what it is. He's made he fumbled with Gordon Hayward and he apologized for it publicly. He said that'll never happen again.
But that was easy. That was a solid to Gordon Hayward. You know, he didn't want his fellow 150 go out sideways.
Of course.
So come on over here, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how that works. And we'll do it with you know.
Yeah, I get that. We know how that goes though, you know. But
because Gordon Hayward didn't say nothing bad about OKC on the way out.
Him or his wife, neither one. Because she'll say it fair. Yeah.
Yeah, you know his wife can talk.
Mm-hmm. No, she ain't say nothing. Her mouth was zip shut.
So my thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, America. The Charlotte Hornets really don't have the type of talent to build off of. They just gotta work the talent until the talent is no more.
Yeah.
So if Lamelo happened to be somewhat disenfranchised, it's only because they don't want to give Lamelo $350 million while they only winning 22, 23 games. Because the talent is not there. They got to keep going into the draft market and hopefully they can find a gem. Yeah. Like they did with Brandon Miller and Con Knueppel. But keep going into the draft market, you're going to miss sometimes. And Charlotte really can't afford to miss, especially if they're going to pay Lamelo $350 million, Miles Bridges $175 million. Something got to give.
Yeah,
This
the
is why I
business.
keep
That's
saying.
right.
This is why I keep saying Lamelo is out. Not because I hate Charlotte. Not because I don't want Charlotte to have Lamelo. I don't care where Lamelo play at. I'm a fan. I don't give a damn. You follow what I'm saying? What city he plays on.
The
But
business.
it's a business. And
The
that's the
business
bottom
is gonna
line.
the business gonna push him out.
It's pushing him out. And he knows
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He finally come to a realization. And that's why he's looking the way he's looking, playing the way he's playing. Lonzo got to tell him, hey, man, suck it up, man. I've been traded 4 times. And I was a high school sensation and college sensation. You wasn't a
Yeah.
college sensation. You was a high school sensation, but not a college sensation.
Yeah.
So I was a high school in college, and I still got traded 4 times. Anthony Davis, look how many times he got traded.
That's right. It's the business. That's why even with Brandon getting a second opinion about his injury, all this stuff, he's trying to leverage a bag. This is a year for Brandon.
You ain't lying.
You know?
You ain't lying.
Go ahead, Dex. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my point is that a lot of people try to deem me as a hater. You know, not a lot of, I'll just say a fragment of Hornets fans who don't understand logic, and they dealing with circular logic, or they dealing with the ability not to see things clearly because they're blinded by their own preferences. Then they want to lash out against somebody like me who brings reason and some skepticism about the direction of what's going on here.
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't deal with much money like I used to, but I used to deal with a lot of money. And if it don't make dollars, it don't what?
Don't make sense.
It don't make sense. That's the only reason why I always talk about the Lamelo departure. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Unless Charlotte start winning.
Yeah. And the money, and with the talent that's coming in right now, they don't have to spend the money, especially if the talent is what they claim it is next season. You know, they can save that money. That's why I think Miles is gone. It's not that like you said, Dex. When I talk about Miles being gone, it's not because I don't like Miles. I don't think he's a good player, although he's lost his step a little bit. I think the business, they're not gonna give Miles another bag. Not in Charlotte. He's not gonna get another bag in Charlotte. He's not gonna get another bag. And if they can, they're gonna leverage down Brandon's bag if they're gonna keep him. They're gonna leverage it down. Brandon has not made any accolades to raise his bag the way Lamelo did. Lamelo's an all-star that raised his bag a little bit, stuff like that. Rookie of the Year will raise his bag, and if they look to pay Khan, they're gonna have to. If they look to pay Khan, there's only so many miles to feed anyway, especially in that market. So something's going to have to give anyway, Dex. So I agree. I think that the business imperative is going to push them out. And I think that the fan base will happy with Khan and whoever they get next year. And they can sell that to that fan base. And they'll take it. And the players from the former regime, Lamelo and Miles in particular, they may keep Brandon around. We'll see about Brandon. But Lamelo and Miles, the money, especially that money they're giving Lamelo, they can flip that over to Khan. And they know it, Dex, because they can tell by the winds blowing around Khan, the writers is going to give him the accolades. And if they give him that accolades, his bag rises. One of the reasons why there's something that's not talked about too much in the Luka Doncic trade is that the Dumonts, Luka was set to make a $350 million bag in Dallas on his re-up. And where it was, Dumonts didn't want to pay him all that money. They didn't want to pay him $350. So Nico became the soldier that fell on the sword. They moved him, and now the Lakers gave him I think Luka got a quick $165 million deal, and then it's going to flip to a $400 million deal on his next re-up in LA, I believe. So,
and that was a discount. They got Luka on the discount.
They got him on the discount because of the bird rights and all that stuff. They got Luka on the discount.
Yep.
These are the games. And for the people in the chat and on the replay, and anybody that's coming through here, these when we talk, me and Dex in particular, Flight also, when we talk, this is the lens that we look at this through, man. It's not just basketball. You know, there's a whole 360 degrees of different things going on here in terms of politics, who is favored, who isn't, how they're moved around. You know, it's a business. And Adam Silver is very cold. Adam is trying to expand the NBA over into Europe, man. You've heard the stuff about they're talking about Adam expanding teams over into Europe and all that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
You know, so they're preparing the NBA for that also. It's like, so it is what it is.
He's the octopus.
Yes. Slick. Real slick. You know, he looks, you know, he looks harmless. He is cutthroat. You know, I call him like a Sith Lord, like Darth Sidious, you know, Palpatine before you know, before the red eyes came out.
Yep.
He is that. He is not one to be messed with. You know, the moment Lamelo was late at a New York game, you know, for whatever reason that was, when I said Adam Silver was in the house when that happened, and then a few weeks later I saw him in Charlotte, I said, yeah, it's a wrap. Sitting next to over there and then Charlotte with Jordan, I said, it's a wrap. I said, yeah, it's over with. You know, so when I saw Adam Silver and Rick Snall, Adam had came to Charlotte a few weeks earlier, right? Rick sitting like a little puppy dog next to Adam Silver, looking up at him, seated, crouched down. Silver, see that what? Silver sitting, Silver sitting up, you know, erect. You know, he was sitting up high, you know, like he was looking down, pointing his finger. You know how that aesthetic is, you know, pointing his finger and all that stuff. And Rick Snall, his fellow tribesman from New York, it is what it is. If you know, you know. You know, they were making plans. They know what they're doing. These are Rick Snall's from New York, Dex. He's from New York. You know, I know how they get down in New York. Rick knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. You know, so it is what it is, man. I'm about to get up out of here. And
yeah, Nick, you can get on StreamYard
and have
Flight put the
the link.
It's in the chat. Scroll up. Flight put the what's your name in the chat. The link.
Well, Thunder say Silver does not look harmless. He looked like he's out of Area 51.
Exactly. I was gonna say something. I was like, oh, you don't look harmless to me.
He
looks like he's a half a step away from the boys from Harry Potter.
That old man
with the no mouth.
The old man on damn you know what, Homer Simpson, you know his boss, the one that rub his fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
He's him. Yeah, it's him. It's him. He's always doing that. And he's always tinkering. You know, he's always, you know, it's like they just fined a couple of teams because they said the players wasn't going to play and they end up playing. All that craziness is going on. You know, it's his job.
It's his job to make sure everybody's in line, first of all. Yes. Everybody's on code and to make money.
Yep. That's it. That's the bottom line.
It's a billionaires boys club.
Yes.
And now, since they have basically sucked up all of the American air, he have to spread his tentacles. That's why I call him octopus. He have to spread his tentacles in other geographical locations outside of 2,000 by 3,000 square miles, which encapsulate the United States of America. Yes. You already know they're in Canada. They probably want more teams in Canada.
Yes.
I think Canada fighting that. I think Toronto's fighting that. But they want more teams come out of Canada.
You think they'll revisit Vancouver? They'll revisit Vancouver again?
No, but they was thinking about like what was that other country in Canada?
Ontario? Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Is it British Columbia?
It is British Columbia. I think British Columbia.
Yeah, I think it's British Columbia. There, huh? That's right there by Vancouver, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's below Washington, so you know you got Washington area.
They can cover
there.
that area. Yes, they can cover that area.
The Portland. I mean, not Portland. Oregon area there. Well,
yes.
Portland. You can say Portland.
Yeah, the northwest. Yeah, the northwest area, that corner.
So if you pull some up out of that, because you got talent, right? You got the Washington talent, you got the Oregon talent,
definitely Seattle
and
talent.
thank you.
Man, I want to get up in there.
Nick is in the building. Nick, where you been?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, you see me and Chief over here getting a little political. You know, Chief was going hard. You know, I was going to say, well, Jesse Jackson call it Jaime Town. You know, that's Jesse Jackson.
I can
But I wasn't going to get too much into that.
You know what I'm talking about, Dex. You know, we're you know, there's a lot of discussion about that tribe right now politically. So, you know, we don't, you know, the algorithm.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp and Cinco, Ocho Cinco got tagged.
Oh, did someone come out and make a response to it?
Yeah, they got some backlash on it. You know, they got some writers out there backlashing on it.
Yeah.
Real quick, so, I want to from the jump. I know I'm late, but I want to go straight in and say I want to know how good Lamelo is with talent around him. I personally, if I was a GM or owner, I would quickly put a package together to purposely go get Giannis. I don't care. I need to know now, how good is he with real talent around him? And another dominant player.
Yeah, the thing about it is, I think Lamelo is a superior talent no matter who's around him. But Giannis not coming to no Charlotte.
If I'm the general manager owner, I'm going to put a package together. I will try my best to do something. Because if you're not winning with the guys that you're constantly bringing in, it's either you're developing them wrong or not allowing them to flourish or something. Yeah. Maybe give them some extra motivation. You have Giannis in the building. It's like, look, he wants to win.
Get that out your mind, Nick.
Go do it.
Get that out your mind, Nick.
Yeah,
he's not coming to Charlotte. And the reason why, because Milwaukee's a small market, but Milwaukee is right there on top of Chicago.
Word is Giannis is word is they're gonna give Giannis his pick of where he want to go, and Giannis is looking to add to his legacy. It's legacy time for him. Now he got one ring. He's looking to collect rings, and that's not gonna happen in Charlotte. He's gonna go to another market where he can get that.
Well, I hear you. I hear you. I will try something. I'm just simply waiting.
Okay, hold on. Stay there. No, you good. So if you can't get Giannis, who else would you fish for? Just keep Lamelo in place.
I would see I would talk to the Mavericks if you have to let go of Lamelo to the Mavericks. I would look at
You're a
AD.
You're a homer now. Now you're talking like a homer.
Well, if I was serious, I want to see what we got. I mean, bring AD in. He is a good 4 or 5 guy, and then go look at maybe what's that guy's name? Zion. I'm looking into that. You know,
Anthony Davis and Zion. You talking about a contender then? A healthy Anthony Davis and a healthy Zion. Let me put emphasis on that. Healthy.
Yeah, everybody healthy. Just to put them on the team and then find a way to make sure the bench is straight too, because you don't want to just bring a bunch of top heavy guys. Just fix that bench, make sure it's straight, and then get a couple of extra defensive guys because you can't win without defense. So that's just something I was looking to do, because it's like I'm sick of waiting. Is Lamelo good? Can he actually help us win in this city of Charlotte with some other talent around him?
Word is that Zion is available.
Yeah, but Nick, I'm gonna let you get at her 1 second, Chief. But I just want to get at Nick because I ain't heard from Nick in a minute. But Nick, you got to keep in mind now. We talking Charlotte. Every valuable free agent tries to stay away from Charlotte because they don't want to give out money long term. So a lot of these valuable free agents. I'm not talking top tier, just valuable free agents. You know what I'm saying? They like to stay away from Charlotte because Charlotte don't want to give out money long term, and these people trying to, placate their careers. So I'm not just going to Charlotte to play with Lamelo for 1 or 2 years and then boom, I'm bounced. You follow what I'm saying? Because they don't want to pay, and when they look at their roster, they say, okay, we're going to pay such and such amount of money, and that's it. And once these players start to reach that line, then we have to think about trade or cut. And this is why you never got no Reggie Jackson, no Kyle Lowry's, This is why Russell Westbrook said, "Hell no, don't even think about it. I don't care how much money Jimmy Bus get y'all. It ain't happening." You follow what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was very interested in Russell Westbrook, and because they don't want to give money long term to these players, they want to keep it at like a 50-50 balance, where they're giving you hope, but in reality, it's not enough.
I hear you. That's where they're at right now. But if it were me, if I was the one in general manager or owner shoes, I'm gonna go all out. I would try to do something. I'm just trying to change the trajectory of the team, and finally, it's like, look, I want to really go get a championship for the city of Charlotte because they've been waiting and waiting to have one. It's about time they have one. And just to taste victory 1 or 2 times in recent memory would be a great thing. So that's what I would try to do if I was in the general manager shoes.
The Hornets have a PR problem right now. They
Mhm.
have a relationship with the players problem right now.
Mhm.
When players speak on the Hornets, it's never in glowing terms on their podcasts. You know, Paul George, oh, well, my career died in Charlotte, and these other things, even on Gil's podcast, when Mitch was there, he was cussing Mitch out on the podcast. Now Mitch is no
Mhm.
longer with the Hornets, but the Hornets have to, along with getting the players, because right now the Hornets are used almost as like a pass through. Parker on the way out the door, make a quick
Mhm.
bag with the Hornets on his way out. Gordon Hayward on his way, Gordon Hayward retires after the Hornets.
Mhm.
Dwight Howard passed through. Batum, he's there, but he's not as good as those other players are.
Mhm.
But the Hornets reputation, even within the player circles, they have to fix it. And players look at how players are treated there. And if they don't see, like, the players respect Lamelo, they do. If the players don't see Lamelo being treated the way they feel like a player of his ability is to be treated, then they are not going to be quick to invest themselves, their, whatever their careers. They have to ask, will I put my career in the hands of Jeff Peterson, Rick and Rick and Gabe right now? And so far, the answer has been no. So even when they come, Dex says something, even when they come to the Hornets, they're not there to stay. They're there to get this quick bag. And then as soon as I'm able to, I'm the first thing smoking up out of here, which means now that the Hornets have to draft well and have to have a good drafting regime in place to be able to kind of mitigate the fact that stars aren't looking at the Hornets, so they cannot make a Tijan Salon mistake. They cannot make that mistake and expect to win. They can't do that, unless they're looking. And if they get a Tijan Salon, they can't get him and then immediately put him on the main squad when Jeff knew from the door that he would be a project, when he should have been put in the G League in his rookie season, and then they could have brought him up if he cooked down there. you know so the thought process in the building has to change first. Once that changes, and once it is changed and shown over a period of time, and if they're good what they have, then maybe somebody would prepare a package prepare a package, a substantial package for the Hornets, even with Mark Williams trade. Dalton Connect. It was Connect. It was Reddish before now he's out. It was Connect, Reddish, and the first round pick. And they got the Lakers got a little buyer's remorse, and or depending on who you talk to, or Mark failed the physical. However it went down, that trade was rescinded. Mark is now in Phoenix. Cam Reddish is out the league, and Connect is still having mental issues over that failed trade because he hasn't been the same since that trade. So I think I think that there's some things that the Hornets have to not. I don't say this to be disrespectful or to say bad things. It's just, there's things that hopefully the new ownership recognizes that there are certain things they had to get up from under, and they're going to have to incentivize players coming, and they can't think it's the same old. They got to work harder than other franchises to even get a look, and they got to have good relations with these agents to make phone calls to get flavors done. Rich Paul was there smiling with Jeff Peterson when Miles did that re-up. So maybe he can call Rich Paul and say, hey, let me see who's on your roster. Let's see who can get, we looking to move this one or that one. I'm sure Rich is talking with Jeff about Miles Bridges right now because Miles is clutch. So I'm sure Jeff and Rich are on the phone talking about Miles, if they looking to move him, where he's going to go, so all relationships matter in this thing. They do. So we'll see, we'll see. As far as LaMelo Ball winning, if he has talent around him, LaMelo has never had a good big yet. And he needs that. You see what LaMelo looks for Khan. He does. He's not selfish. He'll look for Khan. He'll look for Khan. He's looked for Miles. LaMelo, hell, even Bismack, Biyombo, and Zeller, he would pass to them. He didn't hold the ball from them. Behind the back passes to Mason Plumlee. So they just gotta see either they're developing or they're trying to win. And right now, they telling the fan base one thing and they're doing another. And it's like, just be honest with the fan base. You looking to rebuild, then rebuild. And you got Khan, build around him.
All right. That's something they got to work on. But for me, again, I want to put out another bold idea. I know if you got all these picks, I'm looking at AD to bring to the team, but then use the rest of the picks if I have some to grab up at least maybe one or two top picks in the coming draft. And I'm gonna help because I want to get the collection of talent early. I want as many good players I can get my hands on to improve this team a little bit faster and to get the fan base still excited. You want to change perception slowly but surely, but as quickly as possible to continue getting in the winning positions to compete in the playoffs.
I have a question.
Yes.
You wouldn't try to go for someone a little younger than AD?
I wouldn't mind AD. He has the experience, but I can't think of anybody else other than maybe Giannis, AD, maybe Karl Anthony Towns, but not really Karl Anthony Towns. I wouldn't want him. I'm not sure of too many bigs.
Because you're going to need
Lively could be another guy. I mean, get him healthy. He's a big lob threat. So I mean, if you're looking at somebody younger,
when you get someone, you don't want them to pass through, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to stick. That's the only way culture is going to be built there. Reputation. If they're constantly passing through the revolving door, AD will come for a few years, then he's gone. He's retiring or whatever. So they have to commit to it. They have to commit to really wanting to build this thing out, and everything. They need an athletic big. That's what they need, a dynamic big. And Charles needs to upgrade his bag, or they need to get a new coach, so that they can have a dynamic system if around LaMelo, or even if they move from LaMelo, if for Khan. I have a fear that Lee is going to try to. Well, he may not do this with Khan, but with Brandon Miller, Brandon shoots too many threes. He doesn't. He's too tall not to be in that mid-range area shooting over shorter players.
So it might need a coaching change for that because he's diversified.
He played better under Steve Clifford. He was more dynamic under Steve Clifford. Now I'm not saying that Steve is the best coach, but Steve did not handcuff Brandon Miller's game the way Charles Lee has. When Brandon Miller was a rookie, that's why everybody jumped on him and jumped on his bandwagon and everything. But Charles Lee wanted him to shoot less twos and more threes. And I'm saying, no, just work the threes in, but don't take away that two. He's 6'10". You have him shoot over. He's taller than most of the players, especially at guard. Why not put him in a spot and he just shoot over him? And he'll hit it. And once he get practice, he'll hit it. He got the skill. So there's a lot of moving parts that have to be fixed with the Hornets, But we'll see, Jeff. This is close to the trade deadline. We'll see what Jeff's going. We're gonna see what Jeff's going to do because he has to do something. Either he has to do something or come out and tell the fan base that, hey, we just got what we got, and with the draft, we'll look at the draft. But he do need to come out and speak to the fan base. I don't like him hiding like this. He needs to speak. He needs to say what the vision is for this team. He might not do that until after the trade deadline. I expect to hear from him after the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good move right there. I don't know what they're gonna do, but if you have to get younger, I would at least go get a capable big. But honestly, I have a war chest of draft picks. I'm gonna try to use a few of them to help myself move up in the draft.
I understand.
You get more than one player in maybe the top 10.
Yeah, they need to collect. Yeah, they'll need one. They need to collect a few. They do need to collect a few bigs. And they can use their picks to get them. They got a few picks this year. We'll see. There's some opportunities maybe for some teams that might be letting go of some. I look at New Orleans, look at Sacramento, even Memphis. Look at Memphis. There might be some opportunities there. Look at some of the bigs there, whatever. Yang out of Portland. I would try to get him and bring him down there. Yang just playing behind Klingon right now. Yang needs to get reps. Yang is good. He's real good. The guy from the Yang up there in Portland, he's good. He's real good. I like his game. But he's buried behind Klingon, Donovan Klingon up there. Now that's a good problem, but still, I would like to see him on another squad. We'll see if they keep him. The money may force their hand to do other things though, but we'll see.
Well, if nothing else, if nobody don't want to come there or they can't pick or trade for anyone, and the draft is available, but if for some reason let's say Lamelo wants out, just go ahead and trade him. I'm always going to say my Mavericks. I love my Mavericks. They might need another guy maybe to help push him over the top as far as the passing and stuff, point guard position. Also, he might be needed in Houston. If I were the Warriors, I would look into maybe getting him because they should have took him in a draft. He would have been very good with them. When Clay was there, and you have Steph, you got several other players there. It's like I would still try to go get him. I would see what he can do for our team.
I did see a few Mavericks fans put Lamelo in the Maverick uniform, so. They're Mavericks, MFLL, who want Lamelo to come down there.
I reminded myself. I just
MFLL, baby.
Yes, I would love to see that.
Something like that. I think that's how you say it. Hope I haven't messed it up. I try to keep up with all of it as much as I can. I'm a hoop junkie, man. I love it. I try to keep up with all the teams. So.
I think a surprise team for Melo would be Boston. That would be nuts.
That would be absolutely crazy if Melo ends up in Boston.
If he ends up in Boston, he has a decent contract. It's not over the top, but
see, you know what?
The contract is a problem. So
because Brown and Tatum both are making what? Yeah,
50 million plus.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
But to see him in a Celtic jersey, I would be pissed. I'm sick of that team already. I'm so sick of that team already.
Yes. I think the money. I think the business. They can afford Lamelo up there.
But if
Tatum and Brown.
But if for some reason he can go home, I don't want to see him in Lakers uniform. I'll take him in a Clippers uniform.
I think Luka got the Lakers, man. There's no room for nobody else in LA with Luka there.
The Clippers would welcome him home for sure. And then also I would try to go get Lonzo and bring him home too, because I don't think he's doing much in Cleveland right now.
They love him in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell talks his praises every time at the press conference.
Or maybe Cleveland can go get Lamelo. I mean, it's a possibility. Who knows? But then he got several options if you were to request a trade or whatever.
He got options. Lamelo got options, man. So I'm not really worried about his thing. It's just, I would, for the Hornets fans to fumble him like this, to me, was, when you had a grand opportunity for a franchise changing situation, even history, even on historical levels, to fumble that, but that is what it is. I'm not arguing it no more. Hey, if you like it, I love it. That's my bet with it right now. So I'm
All
about to
right.
get
Thank you so much, guys. I just wanted to chime in real quick. I love your show, your podcast, and y'all do great things, okay?
Appreciate it. Appreciate the conversation. Thank you so much for coming through.
All right. Bye.
All right,
Dex,
Nick. Thank you.
Dex and Flight, I'm about to get up out of here. It's
Okay.
been a
All
while,
right. Salute.
but I want
Thank
to,
you, Nick, for coming through. We appreciate
man,
your insight.
I appreciate the conversation always, Dex, always.
Shout out
So
to Pope. Shout out to Belize.
shout out to
Shout out
everybody.
to everybody in the chat. The chat was really groomed very well. We had Flacco on a little episode.
He still
and
is.
in the chat, put their teeth in Flacco.
Oh no.
Flacco, you still active?
Yes,
Oh my
he is.
God, Flacco won't quit.
Oh man. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Flight and Dex. Thank you for always hosting me and allowing me to come up and say my piece. Whether you agree or disagree, I appreciate it. Very
Yes,
much.
sir.
And everything. And I'll be coming through, from time to time. My time is a little bit different now than what it used to be. I'm cooking in real life, Dex, so it is what it is. So on that front. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you,
Okay,
Flight.
yeah, we'll be over here on that side also, Chief. So don't trip.
Yeah, come on through. Anytime, there's always open door at the BTW, man. Please.
Yeah, we just a lot of busy stuff been going on. The holidays
I get
is
it.
approaching us, and the kids and grandkids and the wifeys and the side pieces. Everybody got their hand out and hat tilted. You know what I'm saying? Ready for you to feel them coffers.
That's right.
So yeah,
all right.
it's all good.
Peace.
Yeah, you know what? Shout out to Flight Sports TV, first of all. The machine, the gift that keeps on giving. Y'all support Flight Sports TV, man. Become a member. Hit that Cash App. Be generous. It's the holiday season for a lot of us. Hit that PayPal. Hit that Super Chat. Let's go. Let's show some support. You know what I'm saying? You guys are subscribed to these other apps and gadgets. Hey, man, lend us a hand. So you know what? I'm glad that what's his name? B Mr. Boy 3000. Yeah, man, this gambling thing is become so outrageous. I mean, it got the mundane mom and pops out here trying to put player prompts up and put parlays together. It's become so widespread because the access to gambling now is really easy, and it's not something that has been operated from the shadows. It comes to the forefront. Remember, there used to be bookies and just sports booking at casinos. Now it's all over. Nobody don't have to get into your business. You can just be anywhere in the world and put in your prompts on your phone and go from there. Open up an account at all these different sport betting apps and just roll. And you know what? It really started from fantasy. From that fantasy football, fantasy baseball, fantasy basketball. That got the average fan of sports to put a little extra just to see if he could win his league or if he could win that week. And lo and behold, these office pools start joining in and having these whoever picked the most wins $100 and stuff like that. And now that it got so widespread, gambling is almost like porn. It's everywhere. And I remember when LeVar Ball came on the show, the big baller himself. He said, you know what, Flight? Gambling has ruined the game. And this before it became that widespread, because I was like a couple of years ago when he was on the show. And look, lo and behold, look what happens. Look how things start to unfold. Look how things start to become real clear. Athletes getting involved. I mean, there was always athletes involved in shaving points and things of that nature. You know, the Black Sox, UNLV Running Rebels was accused of that. Alvin Hayes, top 75 player of all times, was accused of that. It's more down the line. Some of you heard of, some of them you haven't. Some of them got blackballed, some of them got reinstated. But it has always been that black eye in the game where you're able to cheat the fans and trying to win a few silver pieces for yourself. But I will never forget, and this what made me stop gambling as hard as I was, is when LeVar Ball was on the show and he said that gambling is messing up the game. It was something about the way he said it, because we didn't ask any questions to lead up to that. This was something that he initially espoused on his own. And I said, wow, that done it for me. Because he's close to the game, right? He had 3 sons that played professional basketball. And when he said that, that means that he hearing stuff. And I said, you know what, man? That's why some of the stuff be looking so fishy. I'm done. I'm out. And I slowed my roll till it got to a snail's pace. And now I barely even do it. Yes, it cost me a substantial chunk of income that I was getting on the side, besides of my work. But at the same time, I don't want to be duped, because I start to notice that the gambling pool has swelled. You know, gambling was kind of a dastard thing. It wasn't widely accepted. You gamble? You follow what I'm saying? People didn't want to trust gamblers, especially when it came to business and something serious, because they felt that shit, if you gamble yours, you're going to gamble mine. So that was always something kept in the closet, in the shadows, unless you went out to places that celebrate that kind of behavior. You know, gamblers was looked upon as scoundrels. Now look at it. It's like porn was looked at something like pervertish. Now look at it. It's all over the place. So gambling and hoes go together, I guess. That's what made Sin City. And I'm talking about Las Vegas. Gambling and hoes. Prostitution is legal in Vegas.
We're gonna pull back up tomorrow. Salute to all y'all. Shout out Dex. Salute to everybody that pulled up. It's Flight Sports TV. I already know what it is.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.